Welcome, everyone. It's Tuesday, May 20th, and you're tuned into the ultimate destination for all things lifestyle, entertainment, and everything in between. I'm Anthea Ferguson, filling in for Jiminita Swain, and you're watching What's Trending, the show where we bring you the latest trends, hottest news, and insider tips on living your best life. Whether you're here for the fashion, the food, the fitness, or the latest buzz from social media, we've got you covered, so let's dive in. The Bahamian creative community getting caught in the crosshairs of a Facebook showdown between Prime Minister Philip Davis and Free National Movement leader Michael Pintard last night. But it's this one statement the Prime Minister made that has piqued the interest of members of the Orange community. Prime Minister Davis said his office is working closely with the U.S. Embassy to ensure Bahamian creators are fairly compensated for their work on platforms like TikTok, Facebook, and YouTube. Now that's music to the ears of thousands of Bahamian content creators who go hard in the paint, shooting, editing, and posting videos daily to these giant platforms. But for some reason, we can't seem to financially benefit from the work. Many creatives took to their pages last night pleading with the PM to make this dream a reality because, quite honestly, Bahamian creatives deserve it. Rihanna and her new baby bump making a surprise appearance at the Cannes Film Festival last night. She walked the red carpet in a gorgeous baby blue turquoise dress alongside her longtime partner and the father of her two children, A$AP Rocky. They attended the premiere of Spike Lee's Highest to Lowest film, in which A$AP Rocky stars with Denzel Washington. Reports say the premiere was so good it received a 5.5-minute-long standing ovation. The mogul confirmed her third pregnancy during her appearance on this year's Met Gala red carpet. And it's shaping up to be a hot girl summer. That's if Megan Thee Stallion has anything to do with it. The rapper can officially add fashion designer to her long resume after announcing the launch of her new hot girl summer swimwear collection. Megan designed the entire 18-piece size-inclusive collection, showcasing her creative vision and versatile execution. The collection can be found in over 500 Walmart locations and includes an assortment of bikinis, monokinis, one-piece swimsuits, and swimsuit cover-ups in a wide array of colors. Note to self, it's time to hit the gym. Well, coming up, we're serving up culture, cocktails, and a little cardio. Perfect timing for me. First, we chat with one of the organizers of the Down Home West End Fish Fry Festival to find out why Grand Bahama flavor is hitting Nassau shores. Then it's time to sip and guess in our taste test game. Guess what? Courtesy of Liquorland. Can you tell top shelf from budget friendly? And finally, we break a sweat in Sweat the Trend. It's all coming up, so don't go anywhere. You're watching What's Trending.
Good to grow, keeping you in the know, keeping you in the know. God, it's good enough to eat, and it's good to grow. It's good enough to eat, and it's good to grow.
What happens when brilliant Bahamian minds get a $1 million boost to revolutionize government services, innovation, transformation, and a digital blueprint for the future? Michael Flowers Jr., founder of Bahamas Agricultural Solutions, led the charge to his award-winning platform supporting the Ministry of Agriculture.
So the app itself, it was a pretty arduous process for data collection, but it was awesome because we got to work with farmers and we also got to work with people inside the department as well as the ministry. And so just bringing it all together and completing the project made it a wonderful experience for me.
The government of the Bahamas has completed its first Digi Innovative Project Grant Program, a $1 million initiative empowering local tech entrepreneurs to solve public service challenges. Flowers' platform delivers essential tools for food system planning and agricultural data, advancing national food security.
The app essentially is to facilitate extension services, also to have statistical and record keeping within the department and ministry, which I feel we badly need. And so essentially we're putting everything on a digital platform so that it can be disseminated to BAIC, BAMSI, the department and ministry, and everybody can have information not in silos but all in one area to make better decisions.
He shares his vision for the app in the future.
So my vision is basically to have a comprehensive app so that we can deal with marketing, we can deal with extension services, and any technical aspect of agriculture to make the job of decision makers, policy makers, as well as the farmers a little more easier than it is currently.
Flowers also explains why he chose the agricultural sector for this innovative project.
Well, it was easy for me because I'm a horticulturist, I'm an agriculturist, so that's what I went to school for. And I think just because it's overlooked, it doesn't diminish its significance or importance. And with, you know, food security, with all of the programs that we currently have going on, it's important that we actually stay on par with the digital aspect as well, so that once we marry them, everything can flow seamlessly.
Keeping you in the know with Good to Grow, I'm Leah Cooper.
It's not every day that West End vibes wash up on Montague Beach, but next weekend, Nassau is getting a full serving of conch culture and community spirit straight from Grand Bahama's Western Shore. The Down Home West End Fish Fry Festival is bringing the flavor, the music, and that unmistakable island energy to the capital. And joining us to discuss why Grand Bahama is going mobile is one of the masterminds behind it all, Richard Johnson. Welcome to What's Trending.
It's good to be here. It's always good to be on the People's Station.
So West End comes to Montague Beach. Talk to me a little bit about the Down Home West End Fish Fry Festival. What can we expect? What y'all got going on next weekend?
So listen, as you know, when you come to Grand Bahama, you got to go to West End. And when you go into West End, you're looking for that good food, that fried fish, the pancake, the conch fritters, the bobby salad, and the pickle conch salad. And so what we're doing, we are bringing that concept, that vibe, to Montague Beach. We have about 8 vendors at the West End. We have Tasha from Chicken Nest. We have Tanya from Coffees on the Bay. We have a lot of people who have invested so much into this business. And of course, we also have some vendors in Nassau who will also be participating in this event. It's for 2 days. You're going to enjoy it. We have a massive dynamic lineup. As you can see, all of our great Bahamian artists. Stalit, we have Stevie S at the Bimini. As you know, Bimini West End is one constituency. We have the legendary KB, Fashawn. We have Bloody. We have Gino D. We have the Pawn Band. You know, this is going to be big. Shine, Johnny Cake. And so we are excited about this event. It's going to be very, very good. So we want people to come out and bake.
Now I want to go back to the menu, because I'm one of those Nassau people who never had the fish and the patty cakes. I've never had mayo in my conch salad, right? So talk to me about why was it important for West Enders to bring their culture here to the capital?
So I would have did this about 3 years ago, just on a small scale, actually as a fundraising event. And when I saw that became so successful, I then say, this is a gold mine. And so since that, we've had major events, mini events, and it just blossomed. We have people in Nassau trying to do fish and pancake, and I laugh, really, because I laugh because you know you'll never get it right, because we just do it all the time. We do it the best, and so you're gonna experience fish and pancake like never before. You know, with the guava and the banana mix in that pancake, seasoned fish, cracked lobster, pickled conch salad, bobby salad. We have a vendor out of Mangrove Key, Chef Mario. He's one of the best in Mangrove Key. So we have added in more people in this time. We have more vendors this time. It's not like last year, where we've had those minor issues, what turned to be major issues, but we've addressed those issues. And so this year you're going to enjoy it.
So you're looking to make this a staple here in Nassau?
Absolutely. So we also want to be giving back as well. We have, you know, this is not about making dollars just for us. And so it's a free event. We want you to come out, but we will be asking the people just to donate $5, $10 towards the school, because this year we want to put on a major back to school for the West Enders.
So give us the dates, the times. What should our viewers know about this event?
So it's going to be at Montague. Saturday will start at 1 p.m. until Sunday will start at 2 p.m. Of course, you know, people go to church on Sunday, so we have to respect that. We expected to go throughout the day, through Saturday in particular. We will have games and little treats, giveaways, and then we'll move into the showtime on Saturday, and then Sunday again. We might have a gospel concert going on Sunday, and then we'll just move into showtime. You can contact me at 456-2006 for your VIP
And quick
table.
question, is it gully wash or sky juice?
You will be getting the both, however you want to call it.
All right.
But conch fritters, the best fried fish.
All right, and not
And I
pancake.
want to also, and the pickle conch salad. And I also want to congratulate some of the NASA vendors who will be on board. The Gizzard Lady, the Ball Head Sisters. We have the Corn Lady. We have Delicious Batter, Tucker Wu. We have Mo's Kitchen. This is going to be
an amazing time. It looks like that's where I'll be this weekend then.
Next weekend.
Next weekend, sorry, yes.
Next weekend.
May 31st and June the 1st. Whether you're craving a taste of West End, a dance to some rake and scrape, or just looking to vibe with good people, Montague Beach is the place to be May 31st and June 1st. Thank you so much, Richard, for giving us a sneak peek of what we'll see next weekend.
Thanks for having me.
All right, thank you. All right, you guys, it's time to raise your glasses and your guesses. Top shelf or budget bottle? Can you really tell a difference? Don't go anywhere. Your next clue is coming right up. Thank you.
You've got termites and need to get rid of them fast? Trust Rentokil Initial. With over 60 years experience in the Bahamas, the global brand, training, and expertise can't be beat. Only Rentokil Initial gives you a 3-year warranty and payment plan options on termite fumigation. No one can match the range of treatments we offer, such as fumigation, pre-construction treatments, termite monitoring, and more. No matter where you are in the Bahamas, we will come to you. When it comes to complete termite eradication, there's only one name, Rentokil Initial.
For us at the Myers Group of restaurants, we found that we have a pretty large portion of our employment pool that had difficulty getting bank accounts.
The issue we had previously was just getting cash, getting funds on the island. And with only one working ATM, the idea of the sand dollar just in being digital, and everybody has a smartphone nowadays, it actually worked into our favor.
The sand dollar was like a godsend because it allowed us to add it to our payroll system, which means we're able to send their money to the sand dollar wallet.
It's still a bank transfer because you get an account number. So from the employer side of things, all I have to do is send your funds just as usual.
It opens up our pool for us to be able to hire some of the people that we couldn't hire before because they were unable to open bank accounts. This has been a really good solution.
The internet isn't just for surfing. There's a sea of shoppers buying online, and you can connect with them on Tingsy. Tingsy is the SBDC's online storefront built for Bahamians. Take your business to the next level by selling to customers online, both at home and around the world. People want Bahamian things, and if you got things to sell, sell on Tingsy. Find out how you can connect with a sea of buyers by visiting tingsybahamas.com.
It's time to put your taste buds to the test. Welcome to Guess What? The Sip and See Challenge, brought to you by Liquorland.
Can you guess?
Now, this isn't your average drinking game. Today, our contestant will be served 4 mystery drinks. 2 are high-end and 2 on the more affordable side. Their job? Guess which is which. Fancy or frugal? Can you tell the difference? Joining me in studio will be Kenrick Thompson from Liquorland. Welcome back to the show.
Thank you for having me.
Thanks for being here. Now let's meet our brave taste tester. Delilah, welcome. Are you ready for today's game? Yes. All right, so we got 4 shot glasses in front of you, right? So 2 of them are high-end, 2 on the more budget-friendly side. So we want you to take a sip of each and tell us what you think is the high-end ones and which are the low-end ones. Ready? All right, so I will let Kenrick guide you through the shot glasses.
Okay, start over.
What are your thoughts on that one? And you drank the whole thing.
This one tastes more like either this.
High end or low end?
Low end.
Low end? Okay, why do you say that?
It just tastes more, it tastes similar to something that I've had before.
Okay, all right. On to the next. Can you hold it all? Let's see if she can literally hold her liquor. Let's go. And no breaks in between. I feel so bad for you.
High end.
High end, okay. 2 more to go. You're halfway there. but you're doing a good job. Let's go to the third one now. Pick it up, tell us what you smell, what you taste. Oh, you want to go straight to the last?
This is a high-end drink.
Okay, okay, so high-end. And the last one? High-end, low-end.
This is a low-end, but it tastes better than all of them.
Oh, low-end, but tastes better than all of them.
Yeah, it does.
So-
It's much more. It's more. You can actually stomach this one better.
Okay.
It's actually much smoother. It's good for short and low, for sure.
Okay, all right, so Kenrick, tell us, what did she get right, what did she get wrong?
Okay, let's switch those.
Uh-huh.
Switch those.
So which were the high ends and which were the low ends?
This is actually a $200 bottle.
Oh,
and
did she get that
said
one
it
right?
was low
She
end.
said it was low.
Oh, wow.
Uh-huh, what about this one?
This one is the one that she said was sweet.
Give us the name.
This one is Florida Cana. This is an 18-year-old age rum. This one's actually pretty good. She got it right when she said sweet. It has caramel notes inside of it, so that's why she said that it was sweet, but it's high-end.
But high-end, uh-huh. And
This is the one that she said was actually extremely smooth, even though she knew that it was low-end. But she said this one is more, she can stomach it more than the rest. And then this one, she said that it was high-end, but it's low-end.
Low-end.
This is a $13 bottle, by the way. She said was high-end.
so what does that say about our taste tester today?
I did a horrible job.
You are a brave soldier.
But I did a horrible job, but yes.
It's okay. Well, thank you so much, Delilah, for sipping your way through our game. So, Kenrick, tell us a little bit about the drinks we have here, right? We know, like, as we've seen with Delilah just now, do you get that in your store? Is it your experience that people come into the store and they think that something's low-end, but it's actually high-end and vice versa?
All the time. And that's why we have knowledgeable sales associates to help all of our customers through their shopping. This is a Ron Abuelo. It's an Aneo. It's actually low-end, $13. But it does have the Aneo flavor, bold flavor that we know and love from Aneo. This is actually a rum, $13.20 in store. Then we have the Chula Mardu Irish whiskey. This is a low end as well, but like she said, it's very smooth, it's very good. It's very good for mixing drinks, or if you want to drink it on its own, it's very smooth. It is actually triple distilled, made from 3 different types of Irish whiskey. And then we have a Florida Cana 18-year rum, high-end. This one is actually one of our best-selling rums in store to date. The Macallan Terra. This one is from the Quest line, the Quest collection. This one is actually pretty good. A lot of people love this. A lot of people come to our store daily just for this.
And so do you have any specials going on right now in Liquorland?
We actually do. We have a buy 2, get 1 free for the whole month of May. You guys should come on down. We got you straight.
All right, so tell them where you're located again and how they can find you.
Located Madera and Parton Street, directly across from Modernistic in the Palmdale area, Liquorland. Store hours are Monday through Saturday, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m.
And do y'all play games like this in store?
We actually do.
Really? Interesting. All right. Well, thanks so much to Liquorland for keeping our glasses full no matter the budget, and our wonderful participant who I hope is getting a chaser on the other side of that door. All right, time to lace up, level up, and sweat it out the trendy way. Stay tuned. We'll be right back after this.
If you would like to be a part of What's Trending, DM us on Instagram at What's Trending on ZNS.
Diet-friendly special.
We're here at the Nassau Village Community Center project, where over the past 17 months, we've hired over 20 Bahamian subcontractors to bring this beautiful project to fruition.
I've been living in Nassau Village for more than 19 years, and to see a project like this brings great joy and pride to me.
This state-of-the-art multi-purpose community center will serve as a crime-fighting initiative in the community. Also help with the education of our kids in this community and a hurricane shelter.
Yeah, and it also shows what we as Bahamians can achieve when we work hand in hand with each other.
We have the technical know-how, and we can pretty much deliver on any project here in the Bahamas or in the world.
Bahamas Stripe and the Bahamian company, they prove that they believe in Bahamians.
Based on the outcome of this project, I don't think they're disappointed in giving a small person an opportunity to do a job such as this.
The more opportunity they get, the more opportunity we will get.
If you look around and see the work done so far, it just shows what we as Bahamians can do.
Hey, Daisy. Hey, honey. You got no message for me yet? Can I tell you why I get no money? At least not yet. I get my money. Managers. Oh, and I done upload it.
Hello, Miss Daisy. Your check is ready.
Thanks. I come for that little thing. You got it?
Money managers, responsible lenders for responsible people.
Let's face it, life gets busy. Whether you're juggling work, kids, or just trying to survive the morning rush, carving out time for a full workout isn't always realistic. But what if 10 to 15 minutes a day, you could still move the needle on your fitness goals? We're talking quick, effective, no excuses workouts with our fitness guy, Theodore Pyfrom, that he says will actually fit into your workout. I'm ready to find out how to make every minute count. So Theo, tell us, welcome back to What's Trending again, but tell us, how can a 10 to 15 minute workout really make a difference in someone's fitness journey, or is it a myth?
Listen, as you heard, no excuses, and time is of the essence, meaning if you have 5 minutes, make it work. 1 minute, make it work. Whatever you can do matters.
Okay, so what are some of the key exercises people can focus on when they're short on time, but they want that full body fitness goals?
I would definitely recommend high cardio bursts that we're gonna do in a few, and compound exercises.
Okay, so where we can start today with our no excuses 15 minutes.
No excuses. The first thing you want to do is get the arms up, reach for the toes.
Okay.
That's a total body warm-up.
Oh, I should start off.
Let's go. We're on it. Opposites connect.
Oh, yeah, because I was like...
And guess what? It gets your brain going, too, because now you have to focus a little more.
If you're smart, eh?
And next up, we'll go into high knees.
Oh, so you're just switching it up. No, there's really no excuses. Keep going.
Knee problems, you can march.
Oh, so
but if you really want to go, you can run, whatever suits.
Run in place. Okay.
Run in place. Now, quick feet.
So how important is intensity in short workouts, and how can you safely increase these workouts?
I have one word: inferno.
Inferno, that's all like sweating.
That's a term I use in my high intensity classes. Let the clients know that there are no breaks.
So what equipment-free moves would you recommend for someone working out at home or on their lunch break?
Without equipment. See, that's the thing. You don't even need equipment. You could do a squat, 2 jab.
You're throwing in some Thai bow in there.
Thai bow. Let's go. Ready? Sit. Jab. Remember to pivot right there.
I noticed one thing you ain't talking about, dude.
What's that?
The breathing.
Breathing.
Because other than that, you're going to be out of breath.
Yes. It's necessary. Each time you're going for the power punch, the exhale or exert energy. When you're resting or regrouping, you inhale. 3, 2, and burn.
All right.
Let's start with dumbbells in hand.
Okay.
We're gonna stack them right on the shoulders. Get nice shoulder weight feet. You're taking the dumbbells down with you into a squat. Stand tall, squeeze the legs, and press.
Oh.
Combo. There's so many ways you can hold it at the top, bring one down, push up, switch sides, press up, then bring both down into your squat. You can play with it. It's fun.
Okay. So where are we gonna go to next?
Reverse lunges for the girls and guys that want to build good, firm, stable legs. We'll start upright, dumbbells hanging to the side. Take one step back long enough to allow your back leg to bend. And now press up using the front leg, squeeze that front leg, reset, alternate sides. That's the first step. Now we're gonna make it a compound movement. Lunge down.
Lunging down.
Bend arms to a hammer curl. Relax, press up, and alternate. All right there, curl, drop, and yes.
So if someone only had time for one move, just one.
Wow.
What's your go-to can't-fail total body exercise?
I know they know. I know they know.
I know they know, but I can see what you say. I hope you don't say it. I ain't saying it. Let me
burpee. It's a burpee.
Yeah, I figured you would say that. Notice I didn't say it.
I know, but you knew it.
Yeah.
The first way would be to stand wide, hands down, reach the floor. Now step out into a plank. Step right back in, feet planted, and then stand up. That's low impact.
Okay.
But the movement itself works every single muscle in your body.
That makes.
Should we level up?
Let's go one level up. We ain't gonna run out. We ain't gonna run out. I want to be sliding all over these people nice shiny floors.
Perfect. Step two, we'll step wide, hands down, jump out, step in, stand up. So the jump out gives you a little bit more oomph.
Okay.
You felt it?
Yes.
You ready for level 3?
No, but we'll try level 3. Let's go. I'm all in.
It's here. Hands down, jump out, stick it, jump in, stick it, jump up. And yes.
It's no excuse. 15 minutes, 10 minutes, you can get it done. You're watching What's Trending. There is more after the break.
Diet-friendly special.
Bahama Striping Group of Companies, we have been in Exuma now for the past 4 years, carrying out our paving program. A part of our company's philosophy is to do some work to international standards. So when you look at our paving division, we have a state-of-the-art lab to do all of our testing in-house, as well as a state-of-the-art asphalt plant with a trained technician carrying out the work on that site. The overarching goal of our company is to produce the work that we're doing in the entire Bahamas to international standards. We also make a difference by the training of our staff. We have a very intensive training program going on to where we are teaching young men how to learn the art of striping. Being a young man myself, I've made mistakes in the past. I was given a second chance to better my life, and it's only fitting that we pass it along. What's important for us is giving them a second chance for them to get a skill and a career that could take them further in life.
Tired of looking at the same old kitchen? Step 1. Our talented recommended designer, Mark, crafts a custom design just for you. Step 2. Once your design is ready, CBS Bahamas makes ordering effortless. Your dream kitchen is within reach. Step 3. Our recommended installers bring your vision to life, ensuring every detail is perfectly in place. Sit back and relax as your dream space becomes a reality. Visit cbsbahamas.com and start bringing your home improvement dreams to life today.
Wednesday's show, one activist group prepares for Disability Empowerment Month, and we've got more steals and deals in the Deal Zone. And that's how we wrap up another trending day. Thanks for watching What's Trending. Remember, the conversation never stops. Catch up with us on Instagram at What's Trending on ZNS. Share your thoughts and let us know who you think should be trending next. We'll be back tomorrow at 6 p.m. with more headlines, highlights, and heat. Until then, stay curious, and most of all, stay connected.
At the Broadcasting Corporation of the Bahamas, I'm Clint Watson, and this is ZNS.
This is the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. Here's a look at tonight's top stories.
The Bahamas opens its doors to global investors. Prime Minister delivers key message in New York. Plus, contractors and churches score big with new budget concessions. And student visa freeze causes concern, but business leader urges students to explore alternatives beyond the United States.
The Bahamas Tonight Northern Edition starts now.
Good evening and welcome to the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. I'm Raven Davis. Thank you so much for tuning in. Topping news tonight, Prime Minister the Honorable Philip Davis is making a strong case for the Bahamas on the global stage, delivering remarks at the 2025 Bahamas Business and Investment Forum in New York City, highlighting the nation's stable democracy, vibrant financial services industry, business-friendly tax structure, and world-class tourism sector. The Prime Minister told potential investors that the Bahamas is open for business. Our Cleopatra Murphy has more on his mission to bring new investment to the islands.
Prime Minister the Honorable Philip Davis gave a strong pitch to potential investors as he attempted to sell the Bahamas as the ideal place to do business during the opening of the Bahamas Business and Investment Forum in New York Thursday morning. At a time when once reliable markets are tested by conflict, policy unpredictability, and investors are facing reversals in regulation, he says the Bahamas stands out, making efforts to improve the ease of doing business.
We have avoided the wild swings in direction that investors fear. Our monetary policy is steady. Our fiscal consolidation is delivering results. Our debt is declining, and our credit rating outlook was recently upgraded by Moody's, a signal of growing international confidence in our economic stewardship.
With innovation advancing faster than regulation, Prime Minister Davis says investors should be concerned about safeguards, not just incentives. The Bahamas, he says, was tested with the FTX saga that placed the country in the front of a global firestorm, but it was prepared, having established the DARE Act, a comprehensive regulatory framework for digital assets and exchanges that protects investors, boasting the Bahamas was the first country to regulate the industry.
Our institutions held. Our regulators acted swiftly. Our courts operated with transparency. And while some jurisdictions scrambled for answers, we were already implementing them. That moment became a global proof point, not of failure, but of resilience. It showed that even in the face of unprecedented volatility, the Bahamas remained committed to the rule of law, to investor protection, and to the highest standards of regulatory integrity.
Seeking to assure investors, the nation's leader says the Bahamas has and continues to take steps to modernize, regulate, and reform because it is necessary.
We are a small country, but we have never allowed that to define our potential. We have proven that with the right partnerships, bold ideas, and a commitment to innovation, we can lead in areas that matter, not just for ourselves, but lead for the world. But the real question is, what role will you play in this journey?
The Prime Minister says the Bahamas is indeed open for business, encouraging investors to be a part of the country's next chapter. The two-day forum closes on Friday. For the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, I'm Cleopatra Murphy.
Well, building on that national push to attract investment back home in Grand Bahama, key local leaders are responding to recent budget measures aimed at boosting important sectors of the economy. A Grand Bahama contractor and the head of the Grand Bahama Christian Council are welcoming new measures in the national budget, which include concessions set to benefit both the construction industry and religious institutions. Cleopatra Murphy has those details.
Local contractor Frederick Jervis is welcoming the concessions made for the construction industry in the 2025-2026 budget.
Any deductions would be a great help at this point in time because, Freeport has been through a rough time and people are still rebounding from COVID and Dorian. So this will make a big impact by the reduction of these costs, and people be able to afford things what they need, not just what they want.
Prime Minister the Honorable Philip Davis in his presentation detailed that items like concrete, refractory cement, mortar, and other items will be duty-free in an effort to help homeowners and small contractors. Jervis believes more residents can start home renovations and even new construction, but he says another issue arises.
The prices of construction with those deductions may be better, but not to be negative, but the cost of land is going up because people out of Grand Bahama recognize what's going on and they're buying into Freeport. And to find land now is going to be even more challenge. And I think that if you want to do something, do it now.
The Prime Minister also announced plans to extend VAT relief on building materials for religious institutions that he says will include exemption on imports or refunds on locally purchased supplies. President of the Grand Bahama Christian Council, Reverend Kenneth Lewis, is pleased government is taking social responsibility.
I would hope that they would forgive VAT when it comes to the church on all purchases, because while there may be some churches building and constructing chapels and so forth, there is still a lot of social pain, right? And if the churches engage in outreach programs and feeding the poor and providing food stuff, what we call God's pantry, the government should consider those as well.
For the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, I'm Cleopatra Murphy.
In other news, the Grand Bahama Chamber of Commerce president also weighing in on the recent freeze in student visa applications, but offers the suggestion that the United States is not the only country to receive a tertiary education abroad. Our Shane Stubbs has more details in this report.
The net result of it is that it is going to disrupt life for Bahamian students who desire to further their education in the United States of America.
With the recent announcement of student visa applications being halted, the Grand Bahama Chamber of Commerce is also weighing in. The Chamber's president, Dylan Knowles, understands that this may serve as a hindrance to students set on studying in the United States, but says alternatives aren't so bad and underscores the importance of always having a plan B.
That plan B may be going to other jurisdictions for education. I personally went to school in Canada, partly at the time because the Canadian dollar was such that it was more economically beneficial to me to go to school in Canada. When we were a colonial country, lots of Bahamians went to school in Great Britain.
But while other jurisdictions remain viable options for tertiary education, Knowles also believes the University of the Bahamas has elevated itself into a very credible option, most recently boasting over 600 graduates backing that claim.
Since then, we've also built our own capacity, our educational capacity in the Bahamas with the University of the Bahamas. So I don't think that we should be wedded to wanting to go to school in the U.S. There are advantages to going to school in the U.S., but I don't think it's the end of the world if we don't go to school in the U.S.
Now, there's still the possibility of the Trump administration reversing the decision, which is why he urges students to remain hopeful.
He does have a habit of reversing course, and there is still time between now and September for him to reverse course on this. So we're hopeful that he does, and that it does not become a game of cat and mouse.
For the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, I'm Shane Stubbs.
Thanks, Shane. Switching gears now, the Grand Bahama Port Authority is marking the 70th anniversary of the Hawksbill Creek Agreement with a major investment promotion event in the capital. The initiative aims to show investors in the capital the wealth of opportunities available on Grand Bahama while giving them an in-depth look at Freeport's history, economic outlook, and the process of starting and sustaining a business. Chief Investment Officer Derek Newbold says national collaboration is key to driving the island's economic growth.
We can't build this economy in terms of the needs of the economy by ourselves. We're inviting other Bahamians to come in and be a part of what we probably consider to be the most robust growth in the Bahamas from any island over the next 2 to 3 years. And so we want to invite Grand Bahamians to come in, not Grand Bahamians, but Bahamians in general, to come in and be a part of the robust growth that's taking place, be stakeholders in this economy, invest in the economy, and help us build the essential services to support some of these major investments that are taking place.
Newbold says the ultimate goal is to put Grand Bahamians in a position to benefit greatly from the various investment happenings around the country.
The ultimate benefactor that we want to benefit from some of the things that we're doing is the Bahamian, the Grand Bahamians to be especially. When we're out there promoting investment opportunities, promoting to the domestic market, promoting to the foreign investor market, the whole idea in mind is we're attracting capital that will eventually benefit the local Grand Bahamians in some way, either through employment or through entrepreneurship.
And still to come.
The Chamber of Commerce and SBDC to empower entrepreneurs with new EduMixer initiative. We will have that story plus sports highlights when the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition returns.
Imagine a world where every brand knows your name and every store awaits your arrival. Elite shopping, travel where luxury is a lifestyle and every journey feels like home. Dine where every flavor is just for you, every table reserved, and every moment a taste of perfection. Make every big moment even bigger. Experience banking where wealth isn't just managed, it's maximized. Step into a world without limits. Commonwealth Bank, leader in personal banking services.
Come on down and see what Dolly Madison has in store for you. Renovate and rejuvenate at Dolly Madison.
Experience a man's point of view live at the Regency Theater, June 14th at 8 p.m. and June 15th at 4 p.m. Tickets just $40 at 17 Shop or Imagine Graphics. Visit ampv.online for more information. They're back. The night before, a play by S.L. Shepard at the Regency Theater, May 30th and 31st. Lies, betrayal, and deception. It's all in the family. Don't miss the first annual Home and Hardware Expo, Saturday, June 7th at Pelican Bay from 2 to 6 p.m. Enjoy free exhibits, giveaways, and expert demos, plus an $150 short-term rental session at 3. Call 352-6126 for more details. Be a hero at the 3rd annual Gift of Life Blood Drive. Join the Ministry for Grand Bahama on Saturday, May 31st from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. at the Collab Unit Harold de Gregory Building. Call 350-6700 extension 4687 for more information. Come and be blessed at the New Life Worship Center in Freeport, Grand Bahama, where Bishop Simeon Ouden is the senior pastor. Services are on Sunday at 9 a.m. and Tuesdays at 7 p.m. Come and experience a time of praise and worship in the Word.
This June 15th, get ready for a powerful night of praise and celebration as the Broadcasting Corporation of the Bahamas, in partnership with New Life Worship Center, presents a musical concert honoring 10 fathers and celebrating ZNS 89 years of excellence. It's a moment of music, memories, and legacy. More information to follow. Stay tuned.
Join us for City in Motion, your inside look at the people, progress, and possibilities shaping the city of Freeport. Each week, we bring you the stories behind the movement. Highlighting how the Grand Bahama Port Authority is leading with purpose.
Our desire is to connect Bahamians with the opportunities that's right in front of them.
This is City in Motion.
BNSI. For the next few months, we will be conducting the Household Expenditure Survey on various islands.
You might be wondering, why is this survey important? Well, it helps us to determine the poverty line and assess how to ensure everyone has access to the basic services they need. This information is used by the government, businesses, researchers, and students to make informed decisions and plan for the future. We know that your time is valuable, which is why we've made the survey as simple and easy as possible. And don't worry, all your information you provide is confidential.
Your participation will help us gather accurate information that will benefit everyone in the Bahamas. Thank you for your cooperation and being a part of shaping the future of the Bahamas.
Your #1 team in the North. Only the sun covers the Bahamas better.
Welcome back. In an effort to build, promote, and support the local business community, the Chamber of Commerce is partnering with the Small Business Development Center to host an EduMixer this coming Thursday, May 29th. This event aims to provide businesses across Grand Bahama with valuable access to information and education on effective business management. Terrence Roberts II, Vice Chair of the Small Business Development Committee at the Chamber, sharing insights into what attendees can expect at the EduMixer.
BDC has access to a whole wealth of information and even funding opportunities. So with this event that we'll be having, this EduMixer, we'll be educating together the small business community on the importance of incorporation. And then there'll be a networking segment thereafter for us to get to know each other in the community. It'll be held right here at the Grand Bahama Chamber of Commerce building. A small, intimate setting where we can, treat it as community.
The featured speaker for the EduMixer will be attorney and litigator Wendell Smith, who will lead a discussion on how business incorporation can support growth and effective management. Jeffrey Pinder, outreach coordinator for the SBDC in Grand Bahama, emphasizes that the event is designed to inspire both current business owners and aspiring entrepreneurs, providing them with tools and knowledge to take their ventures to the next level.
And the SBDC have always worked together for the same goal, same objective, and that is supporting businesses, be it small or large, advocating or supporting their growth, and ensuring that the entrepreneurs have access to the tools and the resources they need in order for them to succeed.
And that's a look at stories making news. Your check on sports is next with Jay Philippe.
Here at Island Bedding, we provide Bahamians a local option for factory direct quality sleep products. We have also expanded to include a range of furniture and home accessories. Check out our new living room pieces, including sectional, TV stands, accent tables, and more. Come on down to Island Bedding and feast your eyes on prices you have to see to believe. Located at number 5 Queens Highway, across from Caribbean Veterinarian.
Journey to a serene oasis. Relax. Rejuvenate. Renew. Welcome to Renew Day Spa. For appointments, call 352-RENU.
What's up, y'all? It's your boy, Super P, the entertainer from TCI. I'm stopping by to tell you about the second annual Come Go With Me Best of the Best Music Festival happening in the Turks and Caicos Islands on June 7th, 2025 at the Grace Bay Marketplace. If you haven't as yet, get your tickets, get your flights, and meet me in Turks and Caicos Islands because this is about to be a real big movie. Let's go to Turks and Caicos.
I want to put some shoes on your feet.
Hi, I want to put some shoes on your feet.
I still want to put shoes on your feet.
I want to put some shoes on your feet.
And I still want to put shoes on your feet.
We still want to put shoes on your feet.
2 locations to put shoes on your feet. Downtown Freeport, and now our newest location in the Carmichael City Shopping Plaza, right behind the Walk-Up Wendy's, Carmichael Road West.
Hi, this is me, KB.
This is Sweet Emily.
It's your boy D-Mark. This is your boy Jack.
It's your girl Nishi Al-As.
It's TCI Most Wanted DJ Shakes. It's me now, Funky D.
It's your girl Gemma.
This is Corey Forbes. This is Wilfred Solomon.
It's your boy Puzzle Man.
It's your boy Shaq Gully from Shaq Gully and the VIPs.
It's your boy Young Squad.
This is the Ancient Man. It's your boy Frontier, representative for the Provision Band Boys.
It's your boy Mikey.
Red, Bopper Johnson, Alroy.
This is your boy Shine 242 inviting you to come go with me.
Best of the best
music and jazz festival.
Featuring the Bahamas and the Turks and Caicos Islands' best artists.
Come go with me. Right down there in Provo. In the Turks and Caicos TCI. Listen.
June 5th to June 9th.
We going down Turks and Caicos.
At the Grace Bay Market.
You ask who's the host, it's the host with the most, Super P the Entertainer. Gates open at 9 p.m. and showtime is 10:30 sharp. Tickets are $75 general, $150 VIP. Now, I know you all like your sky boxes and your VIP tables, so make sure you contact Jason Francis at 231-0018.
Get a jump on your health and fitness goals with the Fitness Connections Transformation Challenge. We've already helped hundreds of people get closer to their health and fitness goals and achieve awesome results like you see here. You can scan the QR code to find out more. But let me tell you what all comes with the challenge. One, you get 20% off coupons to the Fitness Connection every 2 weeks. You get coaching calls with us on Zoom. You get accountability, us checking in on you. And you also get the chance to win $1,000 and other prizes if you are the winner. So what do you have to lose? $50, you can have a chance to win $1,000 and get the body of your dreams. So scan the code now, sign up. We're here to help you.
Good evening, ladies and gents. I'm Jay Philippe, and welcome to Sports. It's been a busy past few days in sports. Let's begin with Jonquel Jones and the WNBA. Jonquel Jones and the defending champions, the New York Liberty, continuing to dominate the start of the new season by defeating Golden State 95-67 to improve to 4-0 on the season. It's the fourth straight game that the Liberty has scored 90-plus points in a game. Jonquel Jones registered another double-double, scoring 13 points and grabbing 10 rebounds in the game. She also dished out 5 assists in the contest in 25 minutes. The Liberty will be back in action again on Thursday. Next in sports, the Grand Bahama Secondary School Athletic Association Junior Boys Baseball Championship game wrapped up yesterday at the Mera Baseball Park. After a slow start in the first 2 innings, the Sunland Stingers rallied to score 4 runs against Jack Haywood Jr. to win the Junior Boys title. The winning pitcher was Colin Wayne, who was also named MVP. And finally, in sports scores from Week 7 of the Shockwave Elite 5-on-5 Flag Football League, the Rebels got the win against the Thunder 39-18. The Buccaneers defeated Green Machine 28-20, and the Warhawks got the win against the Grizzlies. Final score on that game was 34-27. Ladies and gents, that's your quick check on sports. Your Facebook friend of the day is next. I'm Jay Philippe. As always, be blessed.
Hi, my name is Rosalie Bailey. My husband George and I own Pisces Restaurant, so welcome to Pisces. We've been in business for the last 45 years, weathered all the storms in Grand Bahama, up and down on the roller coaster, and we're still here, serving more than 40-odd different types of pizzas. We've got a fabulous menu. We serve everything from lobster thermidor, seafood platters, and our very special curries. We have a very extensive menu, so you need to come in and look at it. A little bit of something for everyone. So if you'd like to come and have a party here, you're celebrating a birthday or an anniversary or a christening, whether it's from 2 to 50, we can take care of you. We're located now at the Grand Bahama Yacht Club, right on Midshipman. It's a beautiful setting out here. You can find us from 4 o'clock in the evening until midnight. The kitchen is open till 11. Our telephone contact is 373-5192. We also have cell numbers of 807-5192 and 823-8266.
Sir, a round trip ticket for you?
No, this time I'm on a one-way.
JS Events and JMC TCI present
the second annual Turks and Caicos. Come go with me.
Music and Jazz Festival.
Day 3.
It's the 12-12.
Your #1 team in the North. Only the sun covers the Bahamas better.
And that concludes the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. I'm Raven Davis. Thank you so much for tuning in, but don't go away. The Bahamas Tonight is coming your way next.
Summer in the Bahamas. The weather is hot, but not as hot as the ZNS summer packages. Get ads on ZNS TV or ZNS Radio Network or the TV community page, or a combination of all three. ZNS has got you covered with great prices, whatever package you choose. Book before June 7th and get the local Federation Championship Baseball bonus full of all kinds of extras free of charge. Contact your account executive or call ZNS Sales at 502-3800 today. Hot summer package rates valid until July 31st.
Don't miss Regatta Time at the 56th Annual Long Island Regatta in Salt Pond, beginning June 4th at 4 p.m. right here on the ZNS Network.
Hey, what's up, Mario?
Hey, Dale, what's going on?
Have you seen ZNS new digital platforms?
No. Let me go check it out.
Good day, Bahamas. I'm Devontae Hanna, and this is ZNS Digital,
where we cater to your news and entertainment needs. Are you a foodie? I thought so. Then look out for Digital Bites.
Shining a light on Bahamians and the good that they do, ZNS Digital is home to the sunshine room.
Keeping up with the latest trends, our original content will keep you entertained.
Yeah, that's cool.
But have you seen the new website?
No, I didn't see it. Let me go look.
We're still your most trusted source for news and information.
That's ZNS Digital?
Yeah, that's ZNS Digital, the people station in your pocket.
Planning the execution of a newscast is serious business. From the assignment to the concept of the story, everything has to be precise, on point, always. The Bahamas Tonight, the national report, is your trusted news service. We get it right the first time. Our preparation for you each night is done with care, knowing that our voices will reach you on 700 islands and keys with unquestionable accuracy. It gives me great pleasure each night to say,
welcome to the Bahamas Tonight, the national report. I'm your national anchor, Mukesh Lapinder.
ZNS News is brought to you by the new BTC. Fiber is here. Faster, stronger, more reliable. Together, we are unstoppable. Switch today.
Coming up in the Bahamas Tonight, opportunity awaits. The Bahamas extends an invitation to U.S. investors to do business in paradise. Tune in for the details of day one of the Bahamas Business and Investment Forum. Also, what it took to balance the budget and record a surplus. We hear from the Minister of Economic Affairs. And the eve of a court appearance for the officers involved in a major U.S. indictment. The Bahamas Tonight, the national report, starts now.
The Bahamas Tonight, live from New York City, New York.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the broadcast. You're looking there at skyscrapers in Times Square. Just a few of what we understand are more than 300 in New York City. Well, the Bahamas making a pitch to the international community in hopes of bringing more investment to the country. The second annual Bahamas Business and Investment Forum got underway this morning here in New York City, with the Prime Minister making a clear and concise case for why it is better doing business in the Bahamas. Corville Pyfrom leads off our coverage from the Big Apple.
At New York City's historically exclusive Metropolitan Club, Prime Minister Philip Davis's message to the second annual Bahamas Business and Investment Forum was one of inclusion. He says the Bahamas welcomes investors from everywhere, and now is a perfect time to do business there.
If there's one thing I want you to leave, I want to leave with you. Just one. If just one, let it be this. The Bahamas is open for business.
Without singling out U.S. policy specifically, Mr. Davis drew contrast between the current global economic anxieties triggered by shifting United States policies with what he calls the Bahamas' certainty.
Certainty in our governance, certainty in our legal framework, certainty in our business environment, and certainty in our direction as a nation committed to stability, integrity, and sustainable growth.
He also touted a number of his administration's policies that he believes have spearheaded this economic shift.
We are modernizing infrastructure, digitizing services, upgrading energy systems, and removing outdated bureaucratic hurdles, all to ensure that our investments in the Bahamas are not only secure, but positioned to grow.
Ambassador here to the United States, Wendell Jones, reminded attendees that the Bahamas' story is one of resilience, renewal, and opportunity.
The Bahamas is good for business, and the opportunities abound for those who seek progress and wholesome investments.
This two-day forum concludes tomorrow, but the hope is that it ends with much more business investments in the Bahamas. Reporting from New York City's famed Avenue of the Americas for the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Corville Pyfrom.
Well, thanks, Corville. It was one closed meeting after another for the Prime Minister on the sidelines of this morning's opening ceremony of the Bahamas Business and Investment Forum. We spoke with the Prime Minister, who shared this much after emerging following 2 hours.
I'm so pleased and elated at the confidence that's being expressed in the Bahamas. We are in a unique position with the global uncertainty that is gripping this world. Investors are looking for what I call certainty, clarity, and a country and jurisdictions where they could invest, feel safe with their investment, and ensuring that it will grow. And this morning, after my speech, I've just been meeting with investors after investors who are expressing that confidence. And we hope to see many, many new investments being attracted to the Bahamas from this event.
Also at today's opening session of the Business and Investment Forum here in New York City, session goers were able to hear from a number of key stakeholders from a range of sectors during several panel discussions. One of them was a discussion that centered on building wealth in the Bahamas. Now, among the panelists, Head of Business Development and FinTech at Equity Trust Bahamas, Gil Kassar, who told investors one of the strongest tools in the country's arsenal in building wealth is its people. He stressed the importance of building strong partnerships.
We have a very robust human capital component, which will make it very easy for you to provide the services that you wish to provide. I would say that in the Bahamas, there's not just a commitment from the private sector, but there's a demonstrable commitment from the public sector, and this is what you will find in terms of the public-private partnership.
Turning our attention now to the 2025-2026 budget communication, much attention is being given to a single announcement. The fact that the Davis administration has not only balanced the budget for the first time, but will achieve a small surplus. When questioned today, Economic Affairs Minister, Senator the Honorable Michael Arquidez chalked up the feat to hard work and vision.
That is due to the growth in the economy that we've seen. That is due to our efforts in terms of revenue administration, not increasing taxes, but doing a better job of collecting what is due from, businesses and individuals who owe and have the capacity to pay. And so we've seen some success in that. We've done a fairly good job of controlling the expenditure, and we've found some new sources of revenue.
Still on the budget, the Prime Minister also today responded to the criticism the new proposed fiscal plan does not take into account the money derived from the sale of the Grand Lucayne Resort. A nearly $1 billion deal was signed for the Grand Bahama property on May 15th for a luxury high-end resort.
Wait and see. I'm not going to, the detractors, we should be gathering around this to see that it works. Let's wait and see. Right, there are a lot of still moving parts that's going on. We have completed the one part where we have identified the purchaser, and the developers now moving along to start the development. Let's see what's happening. And in 2 or 3 months' time, let's talk about it again.
Well, a picture-perfect view of one of New York's favorite Central Park and its classic brownstones. We're live in New York City, and you're watching the Bahamas Tonight, the National Report.
Imagine a world where every brand knows your name and every store awaits your arrival. Elite shopping, travel where luxury is a lifestyle and every journey feels like home. Dine where every flavor is just for you, every table reserved, and every moment a taste of perfection. Make every big moment even bigger. Experience banking where wealth isn't just managed, it's maximized. Step into a world without limits. Commonwealth Bank, leader in personal banking services.
Mom, did you tell him that Danny went to pick up KFC? No, wait a minute.
Are we really not going to tell him we already have KFC?
Crunch the routine with a tasty KFC bucket for $20. Plus, we'll handle all the dishes. That's right. No prep, no cleanup, no stress. KFC, it's finger licking good.
While others see customers as numbers, we see our customers as people, neighbors, friends who deserve more than one-sided connections. That's why we are redefining what real connection is by prioritizing our customers and showing our appreciation by putting our money where your loyalty is. ATC customers, claim your $200 Bahamas Air gift card when you add postpaid mobile to your internet plan. That's loyalty that flows both ways.
Hi, I'm Melissa, and I'm a survey enumerator with the Bahamas National Statistical Institute, or BNSI. For the next few months, we will be conducting the Household Expenditure Survey on various islands.
You might be wondering, why is this survey important? Well, it helps us to determine the poverty line and assess how to ensure everyone has access to the basic services they need. This information is used by the government, businesses, researchers, and students to make informed decisions and plan for the future. We know that your time is valuable, which is why we've made the survey as simple and easy as possible. And don't worry, all your information you provide is confidential.
Your participation will help us gather accurate information that will benefit everyone in the Bahamas. Thank you for your cooperation and being a part of shaping the future of the Bahamas.
So you straight?
Bro, I ain't getting no service. I can't make no calls. I can't post nothing on my stories. I don't get it.
Wait, you on the live? Shad, come, let's fix that. Come. This one needs saving. Pour them over, please.
Say less. Sign up today. Enjoy 5 gigs on us with select prepaid plans when you port your number to Alive, or 3 months free Alive fiber services when you port your landline.
We're here at the Nassau Village Community Center project, where over the past 17 months, we've hired over 20 Bahamian subcontractors to bring this beautiful project to fruition.
I've been living in Nassau Village for more than 19 years, and to see a project like this brings great joy and pride to me.
This state-of-the-art multi-purpose community center will serve as a crime-fighting initiative in the community, also help with the education of our kids in this community, and a hurricane shelter.
Yeah, and it also shows what we as Bahamians can achieve when we work hand in hand with each other.
We have the technical know-how, and we can pretty much deliver on any project here in the Bahamas or in the world.
Bahamas Stripe and the Bahamian company, they prove that they believe in Bahamians.
Based on the outcome of this project, I don't think they're disappointed in giving a small person an opportunity to do a job such as this.
The more opportunity they get, the more opportunity we will get.
If you look around and see the work done so far, it just shows what we as Bahamians can do.
This portion of the news is brought to you by Bahamas Striping Group of Companies. Safety first.
Well, the Bahamas features prominently in one of the world's most iconic districts, Times Square. We're here covering the Bahamas Business and Investment Forum hosted by the Bahamas Embassy. You're looking at a shot outside our studios here in Times Square. This is the Bahamas Tonight from the heart of the Big Apple, New York City. Welcome back. Well, joining me at this juncture in the newscast is the Tourism Director General herself, Latia Duncombe. So thank you so much for joining us.
It's certainly a pleasure to be here.
Ms. Duncombe, you were one of the attendees at today's opening ceremony for the Bahamas Business and Investment Forum. I think it's important to find out, are we seeing any success? This is the second one. We've heard that there will be subsequent ones. Are you noticing any success from what we have already offered?
So this is the second one that we've had. And what I liked more about this one is the focus. We've been very intentional about the layout, the agenda, and day 2 focuses on the orange economy, the blue economy. Tourism is the #1 industry, and from that perspective, most of the investments is in the tourism space. And what this forum did, it gave investors a closer look at the destination, highlighting the various industries, the various aspects, the work that we've done from a regulation perspective. Tomorrow, what's most exciting for me is the opportunities from the creative space, the culture, the history, the heritage. How does that translate when they think about investing in the tourism sector? How do we preserve and protect our environment? So we're diving into the blue economy, looking at the opportunities in the creative space, and it shows them that the industry is sustained. So yes, we're seeing the growth from a tourism perspective, but there's always opportunities for visitors to have an enriched experience with a destination that's being environmentally responsible.
Now, I'm going to piggyback on that word, opportunity. How is the Bahamas expanding its footprint in the Canadian market, one of its more lucrative markets out there outside of the United States?
The Bahamas, we have 7 offices internationally, 5 in the US, 1 in Canada, and also 1 in London. And the Canadian market has always been very important for us. Right now, there's a huge opportunity. We've seen most of the airline carriers or some of the Canadian carriers have made a decision to shift their routes. So in the Bahamas, we're seeing a 50% increased airline or airlift capacity coming into the destination. We're also seeing an opportunity because they're now going into Europe and the UK, and it's giving us access to connectivity that we've not necessarily had before. 2 weeks ago, my team and I were in the Canadian market. Next month, we have a Canadian mission and also a Florida mission. So we're focusing the trade, the travel trade, making sure that the Bahamas is always up front and center. Because of our excellent international relations, with the Bahamas is a warm, safe, and welcoming destination. We're coming from the Middle East, Europe, the UK, the US, Latin America, or Canada. The Bahamas has always remained a destination of choice.
Well, I'm sure we're going to hear more about the Bahamas' plans for the top industry in the 2025-2026 budget debate when that kicks off, I presume next week in the House of Assembly. But thank you so much, Director General of Tourism, Latia Duncombe, joining us live on the Bahamas tonight. And we're coming to you live from Times Square in New York City. Well, shifting our attention a bit now, a high-profile international case is unfolding with the deep implications for law enforcement in the Bahamas. Several Bahamian officers have been indicted in the United States on very serious charges. While the details of that case remain sealed in some jurisdictions, Bahamian officials are already stepping in, offering consular services as the legal process plays out. Devontae Hanna takes it from here.
The Bahamian men arrested and charged in connection with that bombshell federal investigation into a transnational drug trade were caught by surprise when embraced by Bahamian officials. So says the Honorable Leroy Major, Bahamian Consul General to New York, who says he visited the three men several times since their arrest.
They were just very pleased to see that they were not forgotten.
Former Royal Bahamas Police Force Chief Superintendent Elvis Curtis, former Royal Bahamas Defense Force Chief Petty Officer Darren Roker, and Wilson were 3 of 13 charged with conspiring to import cocaine into the United States, possession and use of firearms, and firearms conspiracy. An operation U.S. officials allege stems back from 2021 with the help of corrupt government officials and senior police officers. While not much details have been shared between the U.S. Department of Justice and the Bahamian government, Major stressed the government remains committed to supporting its citizens, even amid serious allegations.
Our role is to make sure that anyone in our jurisdiction, the well-being, the welfare, is being taken care of.
The case is expected to spark further investigation back home as questions swirl about how far the alleged conspiracy may go. This as attorneys for the three are reportedly in talks of plea deals for their clients who are set to return to court tomorrow.
There's been variations of what the procedures are in the courts, so we don't know what to expect tomorrow. But I will be there again, like I did in the past, to support them.
Now, the men are expected to return to U.S. federal court tomorrow, and as it relates to the details of that hearing on whether a deal could be discussed or if it could very well just be the first reading of formal charges, it remains unclear at this time. From Times Square for the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Devontae Hanna.
Well, thanks, Devontae. Bright lights in a big city, New York, New York. You're watching the Bahamas Tonight, the National Report. There's more when we return.
Brought to you by Full Call Smart Pass, the smart way to pay at the pump.
You or a loved one under medical care? Do you need affordable medical supplies? Ports International is the largest home health care supplier. Medical supplies at the very best price. And you can even shop online. From hospital beds to wound care, wheelchairs to walkers, Ports is a one-stop shop for your medical supplies, and we accept insurance. We have online shopping and 2 locations to serve you, at the Airport Industrial Park and Shirley Street. We also ship to the Family Islands. Shop online and visit us on Facebook. Call Ports at 377-1771.
Throughout history, from bartering in ancient markets to the invention of paper currency, convenience has been at the heart of the way we pay. As time marched on, so have we, from barter to cash and cash to digital. Whether you pay with an online bank transfer, digital wallet, or contactless card, with digital payments, options abound. The world never stops evolving, and neither should you. Choose freedom, choose flexibility, choose convenience. The future of pay is digital. Visit us online at livedigitalbahamas.com and on social media.
Introducing the Focal Smart Pass app that helps you to fuel up faster. Here's how it works. Download the app on the App Store or get it on Google Play and create your profile with payment details. Visit your nearest Shell station. Open the app, scan the pump's QR code. Select your payment amount and begin fueling. Say goodbye to cash and cards because the Focal Smart Pass offers secure and convenient payment options right at your fingertips. Download Focal Smart Pass now and fuel up faster today.
Diet-friendly special.
The Bahamas Business and Investments Forum, live from New York City, is brought to you by the Ministry of Tourism, Investments and Aviation, the Bahamas Striping Group of Companies, the Grand Bahama Port Authority, the Grand Bahama Development Company, Equity Bank, Romelda Rose Designs, the Bahamas Entrepreneurial Venture Fund, and the SBDC, Access Accelerator, the Small Business Development Center of the Bahamas.
This portion of the news is brought to you by 700 Wines and Spirits, bringing celebration across the nation.
Well, the team and I may be in New York, but it's not lost on any of us that the 2025 Atlantic hurricane season just days off. This means it's of extreme importance that the public does everything to protect their assets. Our Danielle Dean sat down with a J.S. Johnson insurance rep.
Hurricane season here in the Bahamas is set to open in just a few days, Sunday, the 1st of June. Which brings this question to the forefront. What are you doing to prepare?
You could get insurance all through the year, but for hurricanes, normally when there is actually a name system and it's imminent that it's actually coming directly at us if we're 4 or 5 days out, normally you'll find that the insurance associations will send out a moratorium, meaning that hurricane insurance cannot be purchased anymore until after that has already passed.
Edward Albury, Vice President for Claims at J.S. Johnson, pointed out the purpose of that moratorium is to discourage last-minute purchases that would be unfair to others who've invested in hurricane insurance ahead of time. It was reported that a number of Bahamians failed to insure their houses and cars ahead of 2019's Hurricane Dorian, leading to irreparable damage.
Because of climate change, hurricanes now are going to be more severe, and this is going to be more the norm rather than a one-off experience. So we could expect that they're going to be very severe, pretty much in line with what we saw in Dorian.
Proactivity looks like trimming troubled trees, purchasing essential tools and canned goods, or for those with houses in low-lying areas, pre-selecting a home or space on higher level in the event evacuation is required. Albury says a checklist featured on the company's website should give Bahamians all the tips they need to be prepared. Reporting for the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Danielle Dean.
Well, thanks, Danielle. Well, I'm certainly not alone in New York, as you all can see, and I understand that one of us, and not me, have a birthday.
So what are you going to be doing for your birthday?
What am I not going to be doing? What are we going to be doing? I'm taking yes, we are all going to have a time tonight. You hear the laughter? Everybody's ready. I hope you are. I hope you guys are ready. We're going to have fun at 7:30.
I'm ready. Bright lights in a big city.
Oh, yes.
So how old are you, 16?
It's a secret. It's a secret. Maybe one day I'll tell you.
Yeah, later.
But maybe
I'll tell.
Yes, exactly.
Well, we'll have our birthday celebrations later on, but you're going to give us a sneak peek of what's coming up?
What is coming up?
Yesterday there was a lot of rain, so it was kind of freezing outside.
Yeah, but today we got to explore. So we got to hit Times Square. We got to check out some of the sights. We're going to look at that. I think you're going to really enjoy what's coming up.
The weather was much better today.
Much better.
Definitely.
Yeah. Well, that and more coming up when the Bahamas Tonight returns.
Do you ever just want more?
But wait, there's Marco's! Introducing the More Marco's menu, packed with your favorites starting at just $6. Like our warm, golden baked cheesy bread, crispy stuffed risotto. How about a hot, fresh, medium one-topping pizza, subs, calzones, pizza bowls, and more. Starting at just $6. Certain restrictions apply. More variety, more value, more Marco's. Order today at Marco's Pizza, Bahamas.
What? You don't know what TDC is? Tourism Development Corporation? You mean the Ministry of Tourism? No, that ain't the same thing, but the Tourism Development Corporation helps develop and grow Bahamian businesses in the tourism industry. You hear what they say, boy? Oh, yeah. Develop and grow. You don't know what all the things they do? What does do? Hey, check the website, boy.
Start your journey to ownership of our #1 industry today. Log on to tdcbahamas.com.
This ain't making no sense, man. How people making it out here, Dre?
If you want to stop living paycheck to paycheck, you gotta learn how to budget. First, write down all of your income. Then, list out all of your expenses. And don't forget to save. Stop throwing away money. Put something aside for savings. And get this, government savings bonds can safely grow your money. So start budgeting, save your coins, and invest smart. Financial independence, boy. Wait, financial independence, boy. Learn how to invest in government savings bonds on the Central Bank of the Bahamas website.
And before we leave, what's a trip to the big city if you don't spend a few minutes in Times Square, which sits just below our studios? It's out on the streets that we got to talk to a few people asking just one question. And here's what or rather we, found out. Well, we'll just have to find out in tomorrow's newscast. Just a tease for you. That does it for the National Report, but stay close. Access Now is up next.
New stuffed crust cheddar flavor has a taste you'll enjoy.
Outside and inside.
With a delicious stuffed crust covered in irresistible cheddar flavor. Come and try the new stuffed crust cheddar flavor only at Little Caesars.
Pizza.
Good to go. Keeping you in the know. Keeping you in the know. God, that's good enough to eat, then it's good to grow. It's good enough to eat, then it's good to grow.
The Bahamas is taking a major step towards food security with the launch of a $35 million hydroponic farming initiative. The Ministry of Agriculture and Marine Resources has officially signed a memorandum of understanding with Sustainable Technology Limited and global farming leader Urban Kisan.
This public-private partnership that is part of the government's initiative to ensure that we are able to feed ourselves.
At the signing ceremony, Prime Minister Davis described the project as a game changer. He noted that farming in the Bahamas has historically been seasonal, limiting the country's agricultural output. He pointed to the global supply disruptions during the COVID-19 pandemic as a wake-up call and says this initiative signals a turning point.
Think about it. The buzzword is food security. And it's important today because as the geopolitical issues engulf us, we as a small island developing state has to be in a position to say that we are food secure.
Agriculture and Marine Resources Minister Jomo Campbell called the agreement a critical move towards modernizing Bahamian agriculture and reducing the country's over 90% dependence on imported food.
Our food system is under constant pressure. The COVID-19 pandemic, hurricanes, and geopolitical tensions have reminded us time and time again that we must chart a new course, one where food sovereignty is not just a dream, but a deliberate policy outcome. Hence, the importance of our partnership with Urban Kassan Farms, an innovative leader in sustainable agriculture.
Tiana Roberts, Chief Operating Officer of Sustainable Technology Limited, says the project symbolizes a firm commitment to sustainable food production.
This farm is not just a facility, it's a promise. It's a promise that we're committed to creating solutions that are, yes, sustainable, but most importantly, strongly rooted in the needs of the Bahamian people. This event also marks the formalization of our partnership with the government through the signing of a Memorandum of Understanding. And we are privileged to work with our government partners in this endeavor, and we do not take this responsibility lightly.
The 6-year project will see the establishment of 5 state-of-the-art hydroponic farms across New Providence, Grand Bahama, Abaco, Andros, and Cat Island. While the overall cost is $35 million, the government will invest $1.2 million into the venture. Once fully operational, the ministry will assume ownership of all 5 farms. Keeping you in the know with Good to Grow, I'm Leah Cooper.
Don't miss Regatta Time at the 56th Annual Long Island Regatta in Salt Pond, beginning June 4th at 4 p.m. right here on the ZNS Network.
Hey, it's your honorary pump attendant back again with another episode on the do's and don'ts at the service station. Let's go. What you ain't gonna do is just pull up to any dispenser and put the nozzle inside your car without reading the signs. Because if you put the wrong fuel inside your car and the car mess up, you could be mad at us, all right? And then you have to walk a catch bus for about 3 to 18 months. What you're supposed to do is read the signs. We place signs all over the dispenser to tell you which fuel is which. Because you put the wrong one in the car, say bop, and you could be mad at us. You could be, oh, what happened to my car? No, it's you who ain't read. It say diesel, diesel, one word, diesel. You got up, and you mad at us. Read, that's all you have to do.
While others see customers as numbers, we see our customers as people, neighbors, friends who deserve more than one-sided connections. That's why we are redefining what real connection is by prioritizing our customers and showing our appreciation by putting our money where your loyalty is. BTC customers, claim your $200 Bahamas Air gift card when you add postpaid mobile to your internet plan. That's loyalty that flows both ways.
Hear why this beautiful black lady is creating a buzz in New York's Times Square. Stay close for that.
And Bahamian Judo twins take New York by storm.
Plus, electric vehicles are said to be the future of transportation.
And coming up in sports, champions crowned in the inaugural Junior Soccer Nationals.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Marlena Leonard.
And I'm LaDawn Davis. Welcome to the Bahamas Tonight. Access now live from New York City. Marlena, I understand that you have a birthday today.
I do have a birthday.
Are you turning 16 today?
Something like that. Something like that. We'll let them guess the math.
So what are you going to be doing? Are you going to go to the beach? Are you going to hit the strips or the streets? Or are you going to go shopping?
Well, I think the beach is a little out of the question. I mean, outside was a little nippy for me. The water, I think, would be entirely too much.
Yeah.
And then Park Avenue's right there, so who's not going to go shop if that's right next door? You going to come with me? You got to help me pick.
Are you paying or are we paying?
Fairy godmother. I believe Lady Liberty will find a way.
Yes.
Now, before we came here, I remember there was one thing that you said you were really looking forward to going to see, and right down in Times Square, there's a new statue, and it's called Grounded in the Stars. And so I made sure I had to go find out the story of this statue you were so excited about. So let's find out about the statue.
All right, let's.
It's the statue that's taken the internet by storm. Created by London-based artist Thomas J. Price, the statue titled Grounded in the Stars stands in the heart of Times Square in New York City. And I was actually quite surprised to find out she's not life-size. She's 12 feet tall. Now, you may be wondering, what's so special about her? Well, that's exactly the point the artist was trying to challenge. Who decides who is and isn't worthy of being immortalized in a statue? And there's where the internet has ended up divided, with some saying it's a great statement pushing for more diverse representation in public art and monuments, with others calling the fictionalized black woman stereotypical. Grounded in the Stars stands between two permanent statues in Times Square, monuments for Broadway pioneer George M. Cohan and Catholic priest Father Francis P. Duffy.
Well, I need to go take my picture.
Yes, you do.
Pretty good.
Did the size surprise you too when you saw it yesterday?
Yes, pretty huge. She's pretty huge, very solid,
she's
and very
so tall.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my goodness. Took me by surprise.
And speaking of that, some Judo twins were in Times Square.
Another surprise.
Yeah, and they were so proud to show off their skills. They're making a big name for themselves in the sporting world here in New York.
And they're Bahamian, right?
And guess what? They gave me a lesson. Check it out.
Let's watch it.
For Bahamian native twins Alexander and Danielle Strawn, the martial art known as Judo has not only become a passion, but has strengthened their fraternal bond. The 24-year-olds have competed at the Pan American Games and the U.S. Open and have emerged as Judo champions more than once. The duo trained hard in New Jersey but reside in the heart of New York City. Alexander did not mince words while outlining some of the disciplines of this unique art.
I'd say in competition, the main thing is to get good grips and to either throw the person or get them tapped.
While I was in competition, the twins did not hesitate to give me a self-defense lesson, and for a first-timer, I got a 7 out of 10. So what do these Judo champions miss most about the Bahamas?
Well, I miss those beaches. And I would say I like the people. Right now we have to go to different competitions to go qualify. But in future I see the sport getting bigger inside the Bahamas.
Well, I have not mastered the art of Judo just yet, but the Strawn twins say their biggest goal is to make it to the Olympics in LA in 2028.
My goodness, you might not be a master yet, but I still teach me what you did, Lauren.
I'll teach you after your birthday. I think you want to have some fun first.
Okay, and I know not to mess with you.
Yeah.
Now, speaking of the future, when you teach me after my birthday, when it comes to the future, there's one thing that a lot of people are considering when they're buying their next car. Do you go for gas? Do you go for electric? And it seems like the trend is really leaning toward these electric vehicles. And our Danielle Dean went to Easy Car Sales to find out what's so great about it.
People love the electric vehicle. They love the electric vehicle. They want an electric vehicle.
Well, for the EV lovers, managing director of Easy Car Sales, Pia Farmer, refers to, there's one more location they can choose from. The company's new Build Your Dreams electric vehicle showroom at the mall at Marathon.
You have a new way to shop for your car. You could come in here, be cool, be comfortable, and it's very convenient. We'll take you out on a test drive from right here.
The Chinese vehicle brand, Farmer argues, is superior to all others, and in recent times has even added a supercar to its inventory.
Just came back from the car show in Shanghai. They're just making cars that jump now.
The BYD vehicles might be what makes customers come, but the Dream Bar will make them stay. Marketing coordinator Celicia Elabute gave us a tour of the cozy area, featuring a variety of coffee flavors, a mini bar, and branded bite-sized cupcakes. The modern, sleek interior will hopefully capture the essence of the BYD brand, leading customers to feel just as at home in their new vehicles. The grand opening for the new BYD showroom in the mall at Marathon will take place Friday, the 30th of May. Reporting for the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Danielle Dean.
Well, you're looking at a beautiful live shot of Times Square. Malena, I know you're excited about being here, right?
Oh, yeah. It's good to be back, and we'll have more from New York when we come back from the break, so stay with us.
Your business and communication with parents, students, and staff in seconds with a live business bulk SMS messaging. This is the perfect tool to keep you connected and easily send important updates, event reminders, and emergency alerts. Keep your campus informed and connected with bulk SMS messaging from a live business. The right choice for fast, reliable communication. For more information, contact the experts.
Hi, I'm Melissa, and I'm a survey enumerator with the Bahamas National Statistical Institute, or BNSI. For the next few months, we will be conducting the Household Expenditure Survey on various islands.
You might be wondering, why is this survey important? Well, it helps us to determine the poverty line and assess how to ensure everyone has access to the basic services they need. This information is used by the government, businesses, researchers, and students to make informed decisions and plan for the future. We know that your time is valuable, which is why we've made the survey as simple and easy as possible. And don't worry, all your information you provide is confidential.
Your participation will help us gather accurate information that will benefit everyone in the Bahamas. Thank you for your cooperation and being a part of shaping the future of the Bahamas.
Here at Solomon's, we don't just believe in great brands. We believe in creating unforgettable memories and celebrating everyday living with you and your family. Every aisle is filled with all you need, a great value with variety and a selection of all your favorite groceries and products, saving you time and keeping you on a budget. Great food changes everything. Shop at your local Solomon's for food, for family, for you.
The new stuffed crust cheddar flavor has a taste you'll enjoy.
Outside and inside.
With a delicious stuffed crust covered in irresistible cheddar flavor. Come and try the new stuffed crust cheddar flavor only at Little Caesars.
Pizza, pizza. Throughout our lifetime, we must all make decisions. No matter how we choose, the right one just needs to be made. Like having J.S. Johnson Insurance Agents and Brokers as your insurance partner. We've been serving the Bahamas for over 100 years. Whether you need home, motor, marine, or commercial insurance, make the right decision. Call 397-2100 or visit jsjohnson.com.
JS Johnson Insurance. Peace of mind.
You're looking at a live shot of Times Square, overlooking Times Square, perhaps. We're having a great time here in Times Square this evening. Malena?
Absolutely amazing. Now, as you could see from those clips, we actually have quite a few billboards. I believe it's 5 of them showing the lifetime of islands. And we're here with Director General of Tourism, Latia Duncombe. Can you just welcome to the show, first of all? And can you just tell us the significance of those have been up since what, February?
Yes, so they've been up since February, and we're so excited and elated about it. And so for us, Lenny Kravitz, he's a Bahamian. He's one of us.
Rock star.
And when he's not working, he's in the islands of the Bahamas because that is his home. Marlena, Lenny didn't just lend us his voice. He lent us his heart. And his songs, his music, it's rooted in authenticity. It's storytelling.
Yes.
And it actually draws the world towards us. And we're so excited to have our own ambassador, featured with the Times Square takeover. It's just amazing.
And speaking of that storytelling, I think such a big part of storytelling when it comes to the Bahamas is each island having its own story, and I know that that's such a big part of this campaign. Can you explain for people why it's so important when we're marketing to the rest of the world? Because we as Bahamians know that every island is different. You don't have to tell us that. But when people are making the choice and deciding to book their ticket, why is it so important to know that there's such a spectrum of places they can go to?
So tying in the campaign, for us it's a lifetime of islands, it's a lifetime of experiences, and Lenny calls the islands out by name, so you can hear it in his voice. Andros, Cat Island, Exuma, Eleuthera. He actually calls them out. And each island has its own personality based on whatever the visitors want to do. And it's important for us because we always want the visitors to keep the Bahamas on their bucket list. Never think that if you visited once that it's enough.
Right.
No, it's a lifetime of experiences, whether it's the Blue Holes in Long Island, whether it's the Healing Pond in Cat Island. It's always something nice to do, to explore in the destination, no matter the visitor's preference. If you want adventure tourism, sustainable related initiatives, there's always something to do in the destination. And that's why for us, we're marketing, we're promoting each of the islands by name for their individual strengths for the world to come and enjoy.
Amazing. And what's the feedback been like so far for that?
It's been phenomenal. We've actually met persons that said, you know, I visited because I saw. And the Bahamas.com, the call to action is there, and we're getting a lot of traction from it, from this market. You know, the New York market, the Northeast, is extremely important to us. And so we're excited about it. We're really pleased about it, and the visibility at a time like this, always keeping the Bahamas up front and center, is important for us.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much, Director General. We can't wait to have you back on the show. It'd be amazing if it was back in New York again next time.
Let's make it happen.
Yes. Thank you so much. And now, speaking of family islands, I believe we have some news coming from Exuma, LaDon.
Yes, Malena, while we're here in New York City, we want to keep the family islands covered, but get this, a small school in Exuma is getting a big donation. Matea Cunningham has that report.
St. Andrew's Anglican School in Georgetown, Exuma, hosted a special presentation ceremony in honor of the generous donors who contributed $310,000 towards the development of the school's infrastructure. The institution, which began as a modest parochial preschool in 1983, has grown significantly over the years, evolving into an elementary school and eventually a high school. However, with this rapid growth came the pressing challenge of limited space. To accommodate its increasing student population, the school introduced 2 large trailers as temporary classroom spaces. While the solution served its purpose at the time, the makeshift structures have since deteriorated, falling short of providing a conducive learning environment. Determined to make a difference, Bob Coughlin, an Exuma resident and owner of the Turtle Grass Resort and Island Club, stepped forward with a substantial donation of $250,000.
And the future of Exuma is really about how can we help with youth development? How can we help make sure that you have the best chance at success in helping to lead Exuma in the future? And I just feel very privileged to be here and humbled.
Other notable donors include Keith and Kim Thompson, who contributed in honor of Percy Fox, the late John and Veronica Marshall, represented by Carmelie Marshall, and Peter Borrows. Each donated $20,000 to the cause. I spoke with Principal Tamara Monker, who expressed deep gratitude and reflected on how these contributions will positively shape the academic experience for current and future students.
The trailers have been here for a while, and it helped with the growth and the development of the school, as we had started with just the primary department and then advanced into secondary. So the trailers really housed the high school, and one of them in particular was our science lab. And so while they have served us good, it's now time for us to say goodbye. And we are excited now to advance into a state-of-the-art building.
I then spoke with 2 student prefects to get their input.
Well, I've spent all of my high school life in the 2 trailers, and honestly, I can't say that it's been a bad experience, but it could be improvement, and I'm very proud that we're finally getting improvement, and I'm very excited about the donation, and I am happy that my school is finally getting recognition.
And we are so thankful for all the donations coming to us, and it will really improve our school and our classroom experience. Instead of having the clashes, there's not really much space, and this will really improve our education greatly.
As Helen Keller once said, alone we can do so little. Together, we can do so much. Today, that sentiment resonates deeply at St. Andrew's Anglican School, where community support is paving the way for progress. Reporting for the Bahamas tonight, I'm Matea Cunningham.
And champions crowned in the inaugural Junior Soccer Nationals. Details of that story and more coming up in sports.
Come and visit us at Shop Smart, 'cause everything is here.
Yes, we have it all for you. Toys, clothing, office supplies, appliances, custom cut blinds, bedding, drapes, and rugs. Come and visit us on Mackey Street, 2 blocks down from Wolf Road. Call us at 698-1052.
Shop Smart, Shop Smart, oh, everything is here.
This summer, make your statement in color. Ramilda Rose Designs proudly presents the Bahamian Print Collection, a vibrant tribute to island elegance and effortless style. Available now for pre-order and officially launching June 8th. Be bold, be beautiful. Let your style speak Bahamian boldness. Place your orders today at ramildarosedesigns.net. Ramilda Rose Designs, where fashion meets heritage.
Welcome to your Thursday Sports Check, everyone. I'm Amajal Knowles, topping sports. The Windsor School Junior Girls and the Lyford Key International Junior Boys emerging as the first champions of the inaugural Providence Junior High School Soccer Championships. Yesterday at the Roscoe Davies Soccer Field, both schools took the bragging rights of the BAISS Soccer Championships last month and showed why they were the front runners heading into this one. Windsor would close their season on a high note on the junior girls' side as they would finish with a clean sheet 4-0 win over the St. Andrews Hurricanes.
It was a great game. Everyone played really well. We just wanted it. We won BISS season with a clean slate, and we won nationals with a clean slate too, so it was good. All my team played really well. Everyone put all the effort in. I couldn't ask for more.
Proud moment for us all. We had a plan. We knew what the plan was. We stuck to the plan. We had to make some adjustments because it was extremely hot out here. The girls felt it, and we got fatigued quite quickly, so we tried to slow the game down a bit, pass the ball around more. It just feels a little bit surreal still, but we're just extremely proud to be in this position and to have won the inaugural Junior National Soccer Championships.
Junior boys side, the Anatole Rogers Timberwolves would fight 2-0 with the Dragons of LCIS. The teams would head into the half tied at 2-2, but the Dragons would ultimately escape with a 3-2 win. Dirk Simmons, your MVP, winning head coach Dan Waitman.
It was a really good game. Hats off to our opponent. Anatole Rogers played an amazing game. We scored, they scored. I think we scored. Again, I don't know. It was back and forth, and those are exciting games. Really proud of the boys. They worked really hard leading up to this. We had a bit of a break between our season and now. They really wanted this championship, and they were able to come through and with the victory. So we're proud of them and looking for maybe even the next one. First ever, I'm told, junior high national championship. So
let's look at your sports on this Thursday. A check on weather when we return.
Summer in the Bahamas. The weather is hot, but not as hot as the ZNS summer packages. Get ads on ZNS TV or ZNS Radio Network or the TV community page, or a combination of all three. ZNS has got you covered with great prices, whatever package you choose. Book before June 7th and get the local Federation Championship Baseball bonus full of all kinds of extras free of charge. Contact your account executive or call ZNS Sales at 502-3800 today. Hot summer package rates valid until July 31st.
Don't miss Regatta Time at the 56th Annual Long Island Regatta in Salt Pond, beginning June 4th at 4 p.m. right here on the ZNS Network.
Hey, what's up, Mario?
Hey, Dale, what's going on?
Have you seen ZNS new digital platforms?
No. Let me go check it out.
Good day, Bahamas. I'm Devontae Hanna, and this is ZNS Digital,
where we cater to your news and entertainment needs.
Are you a foodie? I thought so. Then look out for Digital Bites.
Shining a light on Bahamians and the good that they do, ZNS Digital is home to the sunshine.
Keeping up with the latest trends, our original content will keep you entertained.
Yeah, that's cool.
But have you seen the new website?
No, I didn't see it. Let me go look.
We're still your most trusted source for news and information.
That's ZNS Digital?
Yeah, that's ZNS Digital, the people station in your pocket.
Well, Elena, I so wish Basil was here in New York City because, you know, we've been just waiting for this kind of weather.
We've been
right?
waiting, we've been begging for the cold.
Begging.
Yesterday we had the rain. Today we had a bit of a surprise. We wish he was here to warn us about that, but he can't tell us about the weather here, but we can tell everybody else about the weather at home, can't you, Basil?
Oh, yes.
It's time now for your Access weather forecast, and we continue to monitor a couple of showers just to the north of Bimini and also just to the north of central Grand Bahama. Elsewhere throughout the 700 Islands, well, dry conditions remain in place. Now, your boating forecast tonight is brought to you by Live Business, where we bulk up your business up for the northwestern islands tonight. The winds are going to be southeast to south at 10 to 15 knots, the wave height 3 to 5 feet with just a moderate chop in place. Your high tide will take place at 10:45 tonight. Now, for the central and southeastern islands tonight, southeasterly winds at 12 to 18 knots. The wave heights 3 to 6 feet, so we're asking small craft to exercise caution in the central and southeastern islands tonight. Now, tomorrow, which is Friday, in the northwestern islands, the winds become south to southwest, just ahead of an approaching our frontal boundary, which we'll talk about a little bit more later on. Wave heights at 2 to 4 feet. Now, the high tide, that will take place at 11:10 in the morning, with the low tide at 5:13 in the afternoon. For the central and southeastern islands tomorrow, the winds reducing southeast at 10 to 15 knots, and the wave heights 2 to 4 feet. Now, on Saturday, we will have a southwest component at 12 to 18 knots, with caution flags remaining for the northwest Bahamas. The low tide will take place at 6:13 in the morning, with your high tide at 12:07 in the afternoon. And for the central and southeastern islands on Saturday, southeast to south winds 10 to 15 knots, and the wave heights 2 to 4 feet. That's going to do it for your boating forecast. It's time now for your international temperatures, and they are brought to you by Royal Star Assurance.
I want to know when come round. Don't wear a frown when you're raining on your parade. But don't you know that while you're out looking for sugar, someone can taste your honey? Don't you know that while you're out looking for sugar, someone can taste your honey? They say what's good for the rat is good for the cat. And you know darn well that's how things go.
And that's going to do it for your international temperatures, brought to you by Royal Star Assurance. But join me at 11 o'clock for a full weather update. LaDawn and Melina, hope you're enjoying yourself up there in the Big Apple.
New York, go, New York, go! Go, New York, go, New York, go! Go, New York, go, go!
So, you know, Melina, we can't come to New York without going to a New York Knicks game. It's tonight. It's happening tonight.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Marlena. Happy birthday to you.
You guys. Thank you.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
You're sneaky. Oh, you're not going to make me cry because makeup artist Tammy, she's going to get mad at me if I cry this makeup. Thank you.
And it's the key lime pie all the way from Junior's.
Yes.
Like Ladon said, you can't come to New York without one.
Yes.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah.
I need a fork.
You can cut it later.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Oh, I love it.
Yeah. Well, we have to end the show.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, so I can come eat this food. Yeah, that's all we have for tonight.
Good night, everybody.
Good night. See you tomorrow.
Bye.
At Lyford Key, I'm Tanya Smith Cartwright. This is ZNS.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, leaders from all generations, good evening and welcome to the Rundown on Leadership, where we tell the whole truth about what it really takes to lead in today's world. I'm Ahmad Rashad Thompson, your host, and I want to thank you for joining us tonight. What we're stepping into tonight is not surface level. It's real leadership in real life. And I believe that this moment might meet you right where you are and lead you to where you're meant to be. Before we dive in tonight, I just want to take a moment to say thank you. Truly. So many of you have stopped me in the grocery store, at church, in the airport, even at the Cancer Society annual ball last weekend, just to say how much this show is impacting your lives and shaping your view on leadership. And I want you to know that we don't take that lightly. We feel the impact because you're telling us about it. You're sharing your breakthroughs, your shifts in perspective, and the decisions you're making because of these conversations. And we are genuinely and deeply grateful. This show is for you. The leader, the visionary, the one still standing even when it's hard. And because it's for you, we want to hear from you. What topics do you want us to tackle next? What conversations are missing from the leadership space? Is there a leader you would like us to invite to the show? We invite you to scan the QR code on your screen and let us know. Your feedback fuels us, and your voice can help us to shape where we take this show from here. So from the bottom of my heart, thank you so much for watching, for sharing, and for walking this journey with us. We are so, so grateful. Ladies and gentlemen, leadership is hard. So often people paint this glamorous picture of what leadership is. Fancy offices, heavy titles, lots of money, fanfare, and so much more. But in all my years of coaching leaders and developing talent across industries, I've come to realize that leadership is lonely. Leadership is frustrating. Leadership is not having all the answers. Leadership also means not having all the resources. Leadership sometimes means not having a clue what to do next. And leadership is hard work. That's why this show was created, ladies and gentlemen. So you wouldn't have to lead in ignorance and frustration. Every week, we enroll you in a leadership masterclass to help you to get better, do better, and lead better. And tonight, this particular conversation will shine a light on the truth about leadership. We're talking about the things that nobody puts on their resume, the things that organizations omit from the job postings. The reality is, there comes a point in leadership where the vision is still written, but the team has lost the plot, where the meetings still happen, but the meaning feels missing, where you're the one everyone's depending on, but no one's really checking on. Have you ever been there? Have you ever walked into the room as the leader knowing full well that what you're about to lead is literally falling apart, and yet you show up? Not because you have it all together, but because the calling didn't cancel itself. Because something in you refuses to walk away from the mess, or worse, doesn't know how to navigate that mess. This episode tonight is for the leaders in the middle of the wreckage, the ones holding broken systems, bruised teams, and barely holding it together. The leaders who are suffering but still strategic, frustrated but still setting forecasts, broken but still born for this. We're not talking theory tonight, y'all. We're talking about the chaos, the confusion, the cost of leadership, and how to keep leading anyway. Tonight is not for the faint of heart. It's not about the glossy titles or the fancy LinkedIn posts. Tonight, we're pulling back the curtain on the downside of leadership. Those moments when the team won't align, when the resources are not there, when morale is in the basement, and you feel like you've got nothing left to give. But then, purpose somehow still calls. Even then, leadership somehow still matters. So if you're watching this and you've been leading through the fire, or you're carrying more than anyone else knows, this conversation is for you. Tonight is about hope, honesty, and hearing what to do when it's all falling apart. We've got an incredible guest with us tonight. My bishop, my senior pastor, Bishop Delton Dale Ellis, senior pastor of Mount Tabor Church, is with us. And with over 30 years of leadership experience in life, faith, and ministry, this man knows full well what it means to lead through brokenness and still stand. So here's what I need you to do right now. Hit that share button, text a friend, tag a colleague, tell someone who you know is carrying the weight of leadership that we're about to have a transformational conversation and they need to hear it. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the rundown on leadership, and your breakthrough is right after this break.
Summer in the Bahamas. The weather is hot, but not as hot as the ZNS summer packages. Get ads on ZNS TV or ZNS Radio Network or the TV community page, or a combination of all three. ZNS has got you covered with great prices, whatever package you choose. Book before June 7th and get the local Federation Championship Baseball bonus full of all kinds of extras free of charge. Contact your account executive or call ZNS Sales at 502-3800 today. Hot summer package rates valid until July 31st.
I am a master plumber by profession. I've been doing plumbing for over 40 odd years. When I was 9 months old, I was diagnosed with polio. To me, living with polio, I took it the way it is. I never allowed my polio to get in my way of anything. In fact, I love when people doubt me, and I just prove them wrong. And let me tell you, in the world, you could only find a plumber as good as me, but you ain't gonna find no plumber better than me. People with disability, they just need a chance. In this program, I feel so encouraged. Most of the mentors have different kind of disability, but disabilities like me. Sharing and caring and showing so much support with people with disability. They would encourage you to go beyond. I wish this was around a long time ago. Right now, I would have been a millionaire. You out there who have a disability, don't be afraid. Take the step. If you believe it, you could achieve it. And remember one thing, ain't no one better than me, and ain't no one better than y'all. God made all us equal.
For more information about how the SBDC can help your small business to make a big impact, give us a call at 461-7232 or visit sbdcbahamas.com.
Did you know you could send a local bank transfer to a $1 wallet? It's the same as sending a transfer to an account at another local bank. Simply use the wallet's 12-digit top-up address as the account number, savings as the account type, Central Bank of the Bahamas as the bank, and $1 as the branch with branch code or transit number 12,000. Don't use urgent or priority delivery. Transfers to $1 wallets are processed through the Bahamas Automated Clearinghouse Network within 1 business day.
Your home is your sanctuary. The last thing you need to worry about is rodents. Once they enter your property, they can be tough to get out. If you're concerned about rodents, call Rent-A-Kill Initial. We offer the latest, most effective treatment for safe, fast, and long-lasting results. From prevention to elimination, our integrated approach guarantees protection. For rodent control you can trust, there's only one name in the Bahamas: Rent-A-Kill Initial.
Welcome back, everyone, and welcome to the show. Bishop, it is truly an honor to have you here with me tonight to talk about leadership and it all going to hell, Bishop. When things ain't looking right, when the money ain't right, the people locking off, when things ain't things, Bishop.
Yes, sir.
Right? This is a special episode to me, y'all, because I'm sitting here with my senior pastor in a unique way, in a way that I've not been able to do so very often in the past, but we're going to have a conversation tonight, Bishop, to help people to understand that when things are going wrong, it is not the end.
Right.
But there's some things that must be done in the process, right?
Absolutely.
So, Bishop, let's give the people a bit of a backstory. Tell us, who is Delton Dale Ellis?
Well, first of all, thank you so much for having me.
Absolutely.
It's a pleasure to be here.
Yes, sir.
Simple guy from Poggy Bay, Bimini.
Yes.
Of course, I'm the last of 10 children.
Wow.
To my parents. And I think I'm simple, I'm kind, but they still saw me as the one. They gave me a nickname that I still don't like. They used to call me Pharaoh.
Okay.
And that's because I have that potential to drive you to your maximum.
Okay.
And to pull out of you whatever is inside of you, I could hopefully get it out of you.
Yes.
I love God, I love people, and I love traveling. I mean, everybody who know me know I love traveling. And one of the reasons I love it is because I like to expose people. And so if I have knowledge, you'll get the knowledge if you're prepared to get it.
Yes,
That's
sir.
really who Delton
Yes,
Ellis
sir.
is.
I think people often misunderestimate. Bishop, the fact that leadership is humanity first.
Yes.
Before you became anything else, you were born and God sent you here to be human and then achieve all of these other things that come in the way of life. But Bishop, let's talk a little bit about how you got here.
Right.
How did you become the senior pastor of Mount Tabor Church? Something that you have... you've spoken openly about the fact that this wasn't on your radar.
Not at all.
This wasn't something that you had planned to do.
Not
In fact, you were retired, Bishop.
Absolutely.
Talk about this.
Absolutely. When Bishop Ellis announced that he had 10 years left, I said, all right, Bishop, I'll give you 5.
Yes.
I mean, he called me everything but a child of God. You got to be crazy. I said, no, Bishop, I don't think I'm interested in that.
Wow.
And I said, so when you have 5 years left, I will retire, pull aside, give you an opportunity to choose our successor and get him in place. And so I did that.
Yes.
2018, I retired. My wife and I worked from home full-time for that 5 years. And then, of course, the transition started to take place at Mount Tabor.
Yes.
The first person didn't work out, never really made it to an installation. The second pastor that was chosen made it to 1 year and a day, and then pretty much abruptly resigned. The church called on me at that day. As a matter of fact, I'll never forget that day.
Wow.
We were at prayer meeting. We got home, I was preparing for something, and I saw an expression on my wife's face.
Wow.
And I said, what's the challenge? She said, have you seen this video? And so we saw the video, and as a result of that, I got dressed and made my way to Mount Tabor.
Wow.
And we had a meeting there with Bishop Ellis, with the staff, and it was, I guess, announced at that time that I would sit in until we discover what we're going to do. Everybody knew I was not interested in pastoring.
Yes.
I had been involved in full-time ministry for more than 30+ years.
Wow.
And so as far as I was concerned, I'd actually been Bishop Ellis' assistant for 24. And so I was done. I just, you know what, let me go do what I need to do.
Yes, yes.
But the lot fell on me. They asked me to become the interim pastor. And I did what I needed to do. And I went home that day. I said to my wife, after I had a chance to meet with Bishop Ellis, meet with the staff, meet with some of the pastors, when I was done with that, Ahmad, the assessment I had was, Jesus, we in trouble.
We in trouble.
We in trouble. So I said to my wife, I said, boy, I don't know what's going to happen on Sunday. As a result, I started to make some calls. And once I got in, Ahmad, I believe I was in, because I heard these words. This is a cliche, very much, and I don't deal with them. But sit small, tell your name call.
Yes, sir.
And they made me interim, and I said to my wife, boy, I feel like I have to go forth.
Wow.
But I did not ask. I waited until Mount Tabor approached me again. And Bishop Ellis said, now this is going to be the 3rd time that I've approached you.
Wow.
And you've turned me down twice. And I didn't even give him chance to say much. I said, no problem. I'll do what we need to do to go forward.
Yes, sir.
And so here I am.
Here you are. Here you are.
A year and some later.
Yes.
And still thanking God for what he brought us through. Yeah. Yeah.
We're going to talk about that through part tonight,
Yes.
Bishop, because so
Yes.
many leaders right now are facing right at the barrel of that through.
Yes.
They have no idea what the other side might look like.
Yes.
All they know is right now, Jesus,
Right.
we're in trouble. That statement, though, Bishop, that sentiment, that
Right.
feeling, coupled with the fact that you still have to go to work.
Yes,
Because
absolutely.
the feeling is one thing,
Yes.
but to feel that and still have to perform, still have to produce, still have to help those flock flourish, how do you navigate? What are you doing in that moment? What are you thinking? How are you moving forward?
One of the things I learned earlier, Matt, about transition is the first phase of transition is confusion.
Yes, sir.
It's confusion.
Wow.
The second phase of transition is depression.
Yes.
If you have an understanding that confusion will happen, because first of all now, the staff want to know, will this new pastor keep me?
Yes.
Because one of the other things you have to understand about transition, favor also changes.
Wow.
There arose a Pharaoh.
Yes, sir.
Who know not Joseph. So you have to begin to think through all this process.
Yes.
But a real leader has to stay level-headed. He has to stay focused and analyze, because the next step really is making an assessment of where you are, accepting where you are, and now setting the plans out to make some changes. Now, I'll tell you this now. This is not the time for long-term goals.
Okay.
You're just trying to get yourself through the first week.
Yes.
After the first week is over, make an assessment, and then let's go back at this again.
Wow.
Because you don't know what else is going to fall off in the next few days.
As time
goes, somebody may have stayed with you, which we experience. All right? Couple who was there the first Sunday, by the time I reached to the third Sunday, they was gone.
Gone.
But you have to still stay focused with what you have, and then just put your heads to the ground and do what you have to do.
Now, Bishop, you mentioned two words. You said the first phase of transition is confusion.
Yes.
And then you talked about the fact that this leader must still be able to accept where they are.
Yes.
Let's talk briefly about the confusion part, Bishop, because that confusion could set people crazy.
Yes. Yes.
Can't see your way clear, you don't know what to happen.
Absolutely.
Talk about that.
Yeah, see, when confusion comes, and again, and how things happen at Mount Tabor, it was abrupt.
Yeah.
All right, so people was trying to figure out, well, what happened? What he did? What the church did? What's going on? I hear this. I hear the next thing. And so you will hear all of those things going on, and because of that, people get depressed. Remember now, let me take you in the church arena for a minute. A sheep follows a voice.
Absolutely.
All right? And so based on how well they know the voice is where they're going.
Yes, sir.
Sheep are also easily distracted. And so you have to bear all this in mind with the different personalities. I worked at McDonald's Corporation for a number of years. When I first started, I had 110 full-time staff, and 101 were females.
Wow.
So every day I had to deal with personalities.
Yes, sir.
I'm not sure if you could say this, but every day I had to deal with what women is deal with.
Yes, sir.
And
Yes,
when
sir.
that happens, you're dealing with different things.
Yes, yes,
so
yes.
all these personalities. And so I really learned how to manage by managing McDonald's. That process helped me to get through and to understand some of these things.
Yes, sir. Now, this acceptance part, Bishop.
Yes.
Being able to realize that this is what it is in this moment.
Yes.
There's the complaining, the making noise, the hollering about the place, they ain't gonna change nothing.
That's good for one day.
One day. Get it out of the system. Freak out.
Yes.
Call your friend, call you whoever you got to call, and just go to town.
Absolutely.
But then you got to come to the point and realize, wait, nah.
Yes.
I got something to do. Talk about the acceptance phase of this now, Bishop.
I'll tell you this. Again, I go back to that initial statement where when they said I was going to be in charge, I asked, can I meet the staff? Can I meet the pastors? After I had done with individual interviews, I knew that 50% of the people that was there, I was not going to see them next week.
Okay.
All right?
Okay.
I went home and I accepted the fact that I'm going to work with less than 50% staff that I have.
Wow.
I knew that. Now, so what I did that day, one of the areas that got hit the hardest was the media. So immediately, I called 2 persons I had a relationship with. I said, listen, I'm gonna need your help on Sunday. And so I call in reinforcement. So a good leader also has to know when it's time to call in reinforcement.
Yes, sir.
And so I accepted the fact I'm in trouble. But I don't know the media industry.
Yes.
Let me get somebody who's going to be able to troubleshoot this. And know that. So a good leader has to know how to surround himself also in the midst of crisis.
Yes.
Analyze the talents you have left and know how to shift things around and make the changes.
Listen, there's already a lesson, so many lessons already, but one of the key things you just said was realizing that as the leader, you don't have to have all the answers.
No, sir.
You don't need to be the expert in every single field that you're now managing or leading. The key, though, is to recognize when you don't know and who you know that does know.
Absolutely.
Who on your team has the strength, who on your team is unprepared, unequipped, and how can we get them now to the point of performance to keep this thing moving?
Yes.
Right? When you think, Bishop, of what it means now to move past the confusion or to work through the confusion, to work through the acceptance phase, how does the people on the team now respond to this leader? Because you mentioned something, but you took a moment to assess and to really see what was going on. Why was that important?
It was important because you're walking into something that you may not have all the answers as to what just happened or what went down. So I went around asking. There was one person I interviewed. I said, now, she said something to me. I said, more than likely, you're probably not going to be here come Monday. I said, all I will ask you to do is let me know Sunday. If you're not coming Monday, let me know so I could have an opportunity. So I went and I talked, and like I said, I knew there was some that were not going to come back on Monday. I was prepared for that.
Yes.
The one good thing I'd say, David made a statement. I'm going to the Bible for a minute.
Yes, sir.
David made a statement when he was being anointed for something to take leadership. They said to him, you can't do this. He was going up against Goliath. David said, listen, when I used to keep my father's sheep, a bear came and a lion came, and they took one of my young lambs, and I gone after him. Take the lamb out of his mouth, and then grab him by the beard, and I slew him. He had that experience for that particular moment and understanding what you need to do from there. So when you are kind of getting in that spot, you have to know what you got, what you could do, changes you need to make, and who you need to pull in to make sure these things happen.
Wow. This is already so good. I think people, Bishop, they underestimate, forgive me, what it means to lead through crisis. Ladies and gentlemen, we're just getting started. This is indeed the place you're going to get to understand how to truly lead when things are falling apart. How do you lead something that you didn't ask for? Or may not feel qualified for? How do you lead when no one is leading you? All that and more when we return. Stay close. Your breakthrough is after this break.
Bahama Striping Group of Companies, we have been in Exuma now for the past 4 years, carrying out our paving program. A part of our company's philosophy is to do some work to international standards. So when you look at our paving division, we have a state-of-the-art lab to do all of our testing in-house, as well as a state-of-the-art asphalt plant with a trained technician carrying out the work on that site. The overarching goal of our company is to produce the work that we're doing in the entire Bahamas to international standards. We also make a difference by the training of our staff. We have a very intensive training program going on to where we are teaching young men how to learn the art of striping. Being a young man myself, I've made mistakes in the past. I was given a second chance to better my life, and it's only fitting that we pass it along. What's important for us is giving them a second chance for them to get a skill and a career that could take them further in life.
Planning the execution of a newscast is serious business. From the assignment to the concept of the story, everything has to be precise, on point, always. The Bahamas Tonight, the national report, is your trusted news service. We get it right the first time. Our preparation for you each night is done with care, knowing that our voices will reach you on 700 islands and keys, with unquestionable accuracy. It gives me great pleasure each night to say,
welcome to the Bahamas Tonight, the National Report. I'm your national anchor, Mukesh Lapinder.
Let's go.
At Frame Studio, as soon as you enter the door, we showcase any individual that comes in there and make it feel like they are at home. The space itself is 1,800 square foot. Our side wall, which is industry standard also, is 24 feet wide. You can do anything that you can possibly think of. At Frame Studio, under our theme, Now Create More, we look at Frame Studio as a canvas. And any artist knows a canvas is blank, and then you create whatever you want to do, right? So we have where you could rent tools. We even have workstations that people could rent out. To anyone inspiring to do what I've done, or what my colleagues have done, or any other journey, I would say to you, don't be afraid. The worst someone can actually tell you is no. So if you have a vision, you have an idea, not everyone will get it. But if you believe in your vision, you believe in your idea, I say go wholeheartedly at it.
For more information about the Creative Entrepreneurs Initiative and the Crafting the Bahamas workshops, email info@sbdcbahamas.com or call us at 461-7232.
Welcome back, everyone. If you're just joining us, our guest tonight is my senior pastor, Bishop Delton Ellis, and he's helping us to understand how to navigate every wave of leadership.
Yes, sir.
Bishop, let's switch gears for a bit and talk now about the reality of leadership, the leadership they don't talk about in the classrooms or in the boardrooms, Bishop. We're talking about now when things are falling apart, when things are not going the way they should. What does a leader, Bishop, who has inherited a mess, not one they created,
right,
but one they're now responsible for, what do they do when that moment takes place?
First of all, you can't panic.
Wow.
You can't panic.
You got to hold your head.
Yes, sir. Because if you go in there panicking at the mess, everybody else who is left is going to panic.
Yes.
So a leader, watch this now, have to know how to bleed without the blood running out your body.
Wow.
Because as a leader, you may be bleeding.
Yes.
But you can't let the people you are leading see blood coming from you.
Yes, yes.
Because if they see blood coming from their leader, then obviously discouragement is going to set in with them. Now, I wouldn't tell you I wasn't scared. I went in there saying, Jesus Christ, what the hell is this? All right? But when I got in that, then I realized, okay, I could say that privately, but I can't say that in the front of the people I'm leading. So I had to keep a level head. I had to keep a steady head. Scared, but level.
Yes.
And I had to go into them, listen, y'all, we could do this. We could do this. I'm just pushing. We could make things happen. God is faithful. That kind. You got to create an atmosphere among your people that changes the atmosphere of what they're going through right now. And unless that changes, trouble will continue to set in.
You have to create an atmosphere among your people that will change the way the atmosphere that they're currently working in.
Yes.
That takes effort, that takes know-how, that takes wisdom.
Yes.
It also takes, Bishop, realizing that even though you can't see what you want to see, there's still something to work toward.
Sure.
How does a leader, Bishop, see beyond? What do you have to do to develop the skill to realize that what you're looking at is not all that there is to see?
Right. See, let's go like this. One of the things I did first was pour extra love on the staff I had left. All right? Now, I'm a giver by nature.
Yes.
But I went the extra mile because here was the staff who, in the midst of a crisis, stayed. I had to encourage them. I had to push them. And then I gave some reality.
Yes.
This is I ain't bring no fluff.
Yeah.
This is the reality. It is what it is right now. If you had seen the first service we had, it was scary.
Yeah.
All right, the picture was scary.
Yeah.
And I said to them, don't destroy that photo. Keep that photo, because we can compare that photo, what you see now, in the next 6 to 8 months.
Wow.
So you got to give the people hope that some things will change, and the change really got to start with you. I think it was Mother Teresa. She said, if you want to change the whole world, go home and start with your family.
Start there.
Right?
Start there.
So I started with what I had left, and that's what you got to do as a leader. Whatever it is you have left, just pick up what you got and make sure you are pushing them, throwing some positive things at that group of people.
So now, Bishop, as you talk about that, right, how does a leader know and be able to differentiate between a storm they're meant to calm and a storm they're meant to withstand?
Gotcha. There are different force winds, all right? The Bahamas, I think, is the Saffron-Simpson scale, one of them, all right? And their blowing of the winds of the storm is by categories. The Bahamas went through something one year, I believe it was with Gilbert, and they had to change the laws to make sure the braces now could sustain 200 mile an hour as opposed to what you got. Based on what category you were going through, determines your preparation level. And so sometimes you have to be able to itemize, okay, 60 gone, but I still got 20.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So even though it might have been a category 3, I could withstand this.
Yes.
Then sometimes you may realize, listen, this is a Dorian passing our way. All right, everybody right now, let's take a moment, buckle down, watch this now, until this pass over.
Wow.
All right? So you have to realize that you can work your way through. I go back to another scripture. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I'll fear no evil.
Wow.
All right? My thing is, Ahmad, there's some crises that you are going to go through that you could withstand them because you could take it. And some of it, watch this now, for leader, will go to experience that you have. Don't discount any area where you were smaller. All right, that's why David said, now I could kill this Goliath. You all think he big. But I done been through this before.
I done kill lion, I done kill bear.
And I done kill them.
Yes.
So this uncircumcised dude I could deal with. See, a leader himself has to know what all he's withstood to be able to determine what he here now is whether or not he could withstand this, or brother, let's hold on to this, because right now, I don't see no way through. Boy, if that's the language you use, the rest of people believe you. Here's what I had one of our staff members said. They said, boy, I think I could leave because this ship looked like it going down.
Wow.
I said, not while I'm on it. And he's still there today.
Okay.
All right? So you could change the narrative by letting them know, no, brother, we could withstand this, we could survive this, and we could push this.
Do you think, Bishop, it's important at that moment, in those moments there, to have strategy involved?
You can have partial strategy. Earlier, I alluded to the fact that you can't really plan long-term goals in a mess. It's hard to do that. What you have to do is get a strategy, but you got to take that by the month. All right, let's see if we could get here. Because you're talking about a year, 2 years down the road, and you ain't sure what you got for the month. So my thing is, deal with some short-term goals. Let's get through a couple of things and then make our way through the process from there. And that's exactly what I did. I take it one step at a time, because every area at our church got hit.
Every area.
Every area.
Wow.
All right? So every time they came to me, Pastor, we need this, we need this, we need one step at a time, buddy. Let's get through this process. As soon as we get a grip on this, then let's move to this. So I think short-term goal and progressively, because I came in and what I did was I gave them a vision to take us so far.
Okay.
When we got through the year, then I start planning for the upcoming year.
Yes, yes,
so I
yes.
think you got to do some short-term goals and then make progression from there.
Yes, sir. So now, Bishop, even as you're taking those short-term steps and you encouraging your team members, you're kind of instilled some hope. You got some small but I guess agile strategy in place.
Sure.
What do you do when you are truly don't have all the answers, right? Everyone looking to you for everything, and all you got there is like just amen, God is good. How does the leader really do that? Because I think, Bishop, you have a skill, you have an ability to really lead to crisis naturally.
Right.
You call yourself the crisis leader.
Yes, sir.
Right?
Absolutely.
For persons who don't have that gift automatically or not innate, what do they do to really, when they have no answers, they have no insight into what's going to happen next, what are they supposed to do?
When you don't have the answers, don't even act like you got them. All right? If you have a leadership group, say to your leadership group, this is what we are up against. What are your thoughts?
Yes, sir.
All right? A leader is not a leader because he got all the answers.
Yes, yes,
A
yes.
leader is a leader because he knows where to find the answer from. So if you have some leaders around you, then listen, Ahmad, what you think we should do with this? All right? Johnson, what you think we should do with this? Russell, what you think we should do with this? And lay it on the table. You know what I do every week? Every Sunday, we have service, whatever we do. Monday at 1 o'clock, I meet with my pastors.
Yes, sir.
We evaluate the service. We evaluate the songs. We evaluate the service people receive. We evaluate my sermons. What could we have done better to enhance it for next week?
Yes.
Did I say something that I shouldn't have?
Yes.
Because all kind of things are flying now. So a leader has to know when he sits with his people, say to them, listen, I don't have all the answers. Give me some ideas of what y'all think. And you'll be amazed.
What they come up with.
Thank you very much.
Wow.
Don't underestimate the people you are leading. Because sometimes they have better ideas than you do.
I often tell my clients, Bishop, that most times ideas don't sit and solutions don't sit at the ivory tower.
Right.
They sit on the ground where the people are facing struggles every single day.
Where they understand the logistical movement.
Absolutely.
All right?
Absolutely.
I'll never forget when Mount Tabor was major. I mean, the people was lining up for the second service before the first one came out. One of the ladies said to me, Pastor, why we don't go through the side door after the first service? I said, no. And she asked me why. I said, because I say so. Now, I had no clue why I said no. Other than I said no because we never do it before.
Wow, wow.
And then we decided one Sunday to try it.
Yes.
And it's been a smooth process
ever since.
So sometimes the bright ideas will come from the people you are actually leading.
Yes. Now, Bishop, we talked about the people being scarce, right? But then you're still tapping into those that have been left. That 60 gone, but there's 20 is here. How do we navigate them? How do we help them along this journey? How do we help them help us? Well, let's talk about, though, Bishop, when the resources ain't there. You need money to run business. My grandma says, scared money can't make no money. And if you ain't got no money, you can't use no money. So how do you now manage something that is non-existent or very, very limited? How do you figure out what to do next?
You, as a leader, understanding the finances and what you're up against is very important.
Yes.
So one of the things I buckled down with initially, I said to them, give me all the balances on the accounts. Give me all the accounts payable and show me the budget, what was made up so far for this year. When I got those figures, I realized, all right, I don't need this right now. I don't need the next thing right now. We had some things in our church that were on contract. I canceled all of them. Because at this point in time, I could have church without that. So a leader has to know what needs to be canceled, what needs to be put on the side until you get back up to where you are. So understanding that assessment now. The good thing for me with being a Christian and from the church arena, it still goes back to sowing and reaping. So one of the things I made Mount Tabor do was sow out of the little they had. And that's what made a difference for us. And even if you look at corporations around, they give the charitable organization because the principle is not for Christians. It's a principle. You sow, you will reap.
Absolutely.
And so even when things are tight, you have to still know how to sew, or in the secular arena, know how to be charitable from your organization, because it'll come back to you.
Bishop, at any point in this journey, as you realized, wait now, to saying, if I ever was to do this, it was never be like this. Right? At any point, did you have a human moment?
Sure.
Talk about that for a second.
I asked God, what he dealing with?
Yeah.
I said, I've been here for 25 years, and you wait until now to put me in charge?
Jesus have mercy.
All right? I was used to, I had a team of 200 plus volunteers.
Wow.
All right? In my heyday at Mount Tabor.
Yes.
Now, I wasn't even quite sure if I had 200 people coming to church. So you had me as the second in command to all of this. And now I became the first in command with half of this. After a while of asking God, why now? What have I done? What the deal is? I buckle down and say, all right, let's get this baby moving. And then now, that's where my main strategy started to come out. Let's do this. Let's make this happen. Let's buckle down and do that. And so you have to know how to cut and how, watch this now, I can use that word, how to navigate through all these different ways.
The navigation is so important, Bishop, because the navigation, you're not just leading yourself, you're leading an entire organization now, right?
Absolutely.
If we move away from the concept of the church, if you are leading any organization, it could be McDonald's, it could be the church, it could be anything. If you don't know where you're going or how to get there, if your vision, though skewed, though may be blurry, if you don't have an idea of where you're trying to go, if you can't galvanize the people that are left, if you can't tap into the resources that may remain, you will buck up against one rock. You can hear one reef on a boat in a broken ship. The ship will sink, forgive me.
Certainly.
Before we go to our next break, Bishop, when you think of the leader right now, who is, they are the helm of the ship, they could see something. They can't see the full thing, but they see some kind of crack or hope is there. There are the right people left on the team. Maybe one or two little, slacking off for injuries, too short, that's normal. What should they be doing right now?
All right. First of all, again, make sure you are celebrating the staff you have left. You gotta celebrate the people. The people have to see that you appreciate them. So watch this now, Ahmad. You may be struggling financially, but you got these 6 persons left. You better find a way in the midst of your low finances to give little something to the people who you have left as a form of encouragement. When people feel valued, they will give value
back, absolutely. It's as simple as that.
It's as simple as that. But if people don't feel valued, they say, well, what are you doing this for? All right? And if you all you're doing is to see what is in this for you? Absolutely. That's what your workers can say. What's in this for me? And so you have to be able, as a leader, when there isn't anything, to still show them where there is something for you in the midst of this process.
When you pour value into your people, they pour value back into you. Bottom line. We are having an incredible conversation. This is so good. Tonight's show is shining a light on the underbelly of leadership. A conversation that's not often had, but is so very necessary. We are going to continue this conversation right now. When we come back from our break, go even deeper when we come back, ladies and gentlemen. So stay tuned, There's more after the breakthrough. There's more breakthrough after the break. I'm excited, y'all. Can't you tell?
The new stuffed crust cheddar flavor has a taste you'll enjoy.
Outside and inside.
With a delicious stuffed crust covered in irresistible cheddar flavor. Come and try the new stuffed crust cheddar flavor only at Little Caesars.
Pizza, pizza.
There's a spark of greatness in each of us. That spark is called personality. Individual gifts and talents provide the fuel to set that spark ablaze. Each child has the right to an education which values their personality and nurtures their talents, while teaching them to be respectful to their parents and their cultures.
Were
here at the Nassau Village Community Center project, where over the past 17 months, we've hired over 20 Bahamian subcontractors to bring this beautiful project to fruition.
I've been living in Nassau Village for more than 19 years, and to see a project like this bring great joy and pride to me.
This state-of-the-art multi-purpose community center will serve as a crime-fighting initiative in the community. Also help with the education of our kids in this community and a hurricane shelter.
Yeah, and it also shows what we as Bahamians can achieve when we work hand in hand with each other.
We have the technical know-how, and we can pretty much deliver on any project here in the Bahamas or in the world.
Bahama Stripe and the Bahamian company, they prove that they believe in Bahamians.
Based on the outcome of this project, I don't think they're disappointed in giving a small person an opportunity to do a job such as this.
The more opportunity they get, the more opportunity we will get.
If you look around and see the work done so far, it just shows what we as Bahamians can do.
Hello, I'm Mario Nuri. It's never too early to prepare for a hurricane, and we want to make sure our community is always ready. So we invite you to join us for another A Familiar Walk, Step Towards Hurricane Preparedness, with special guests, Lisa Pinder, Director General, Dr. Trevor Johnson of the Bahamas Red Cross, Disaster Risk Management Authority representatives, and Charles Johnson of J.S. Johnson Insurance Agents and Brokers. So do join us and stay weather aware.
Welcome back, everyone. Welcome back. Bishop, I always tell my clients that they ought to remember that they are employees too.
Yes.
Right? It's tough once people become leaders because most people feel like after that they could forego the humanity of it all. They could not go through some things. They could not experience the heartache and the hurt that many other people as employees feel. But against that backdrop, Bishop, I want us to talk now about the leader's leader. Where do you go to be poured into? How do you go back and get sustenance now for this journey when you're on the journey? So, Bishop, who do you talk to? Who does the leaders, who should they be speaking to now when they find themselves needing support, lacking resources, all these things?
I believe every leader should have a mentor. Every mentor really should have a mentor.
Yes, absolutely.
All right? Everybody needs, I mean, our parents said that forever.
Yes, yes, yes.
Everybody needs somebody.
Yes.
So there has to be some people on your level that you can talk to, and there also has to be somebody who's able to inspire you. You have to be able to identify that person early in life.
Yes.
When I sit with them, do they make me think? All right? Is my analytical and critical skills going up when I sit with this person? Everybody need that person because that person make you think. All right? And then they have to be able to speak into you. You have to identify that. I remember as first assistant at Mount Tabor, I had 3 people in the congregation, and I said to them, don't worry about my title first assistant. Call me Delton.
Yes.
If you see me go off course, if you see me say something, if you see me do something, I give you the authority to pull me aside and tell me straight up without the fluff.
Yes.
Everybody needs that person in their life. So I have 1 or 2 of those in my life that are above me. And then I have 1 or 2 colleagues that are on my level that I could still bounce some things off of them because they kind of have an understanding as to where I am. So I believe even though you have a mentor or a coach, every now and again you need more than one based on how that coach is coaching you because you may be in a different vein for what you need.
Absolutely. How does a leader, Bishop, who finds himself taking this feedback, this direction, personally, versus turn it into strategy? How do they navigate that process right now?
You can't take it personally. See, because if I say that now and I told Ahmad, you feel free to cut me if you need to, then I have to be able to accept that. But if I'm getting mad with Ahmad cutting me, then I ain't ready for the next level. You see? Because you have to be able to decipher what Ahmad says he is actually helping me. I could take you biblically for a moment. This is like a shepherd with a sheep. When a shepherd sheds the sheep, he is not shedding the sheep to cut the sheep.
Yes.
He is shedding the sheep so that the sheep, watch this now, can grow more wool for the next season.
Wow.
So sometime you have to give a leader an opportunity to cut you, to help you to get to the next level. So if you open yourself to somebody, you have to be prepared to take what they're giving you.
Yes. Now, Bishop, when we talk about how the leader, because even those conversations can help them, right? But after those conversations are done, after that strategy has been forecast, that person, after they've been inspired, the fact is they got to go home.
Right.
They got to lay down.
Right.
And they got to hear them voices in their head, Bishop.
Yes.
How do you stay engaged as a leader, especially when your soul is tired, Bishop, but the title is still active?
Right.
You still named Bishop. You still got to come to church on Sunday.
Right.
But you ain't into this.
They ain't gonna like this answer.
Go ahead, talk it.
Go to a massage therapist.
Yeah.
See, a leader has to know how to relax. When you, I always used to tell our staff, when you are fatigued, you don't think properly.
Yes.
When you tired, you say foolishness.
Yes.
You see?
When you're tired, you say foolishness. Yes, sir.
And then you regret it later. So a leader has to know how to relax, how to pull himself away. I said to the church before they hired me or asked me to come back, I said, listen, now I ain't a pastor like the older pastors.
Yes.
Every quarter, look for me to take a break.
Yes.
Because a leader has to pull away, get himself refreshed, so you could think better.
Yes.
You see? So, you know, a leader may have to spend some money to get himself together so you could be together for the people living.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely. That is so good.
Yes.
In terms, Bishop, of, you mentioned something just now. You said that the shepherd has to, in some cases, cut that sheep.
Right.
Cut the wool, rather.
Right. Cut the
for
wool.
the sheep to be able to grow that wool some more and be able to prepare for the next season.
Yes.
When you think of the season that the leader may be in today, when he or she is still leading through chaos, they are unsure how to demonstrate that vulnerability, how to say what they need, because you said, listen, man, if I come back to this now, I can't be doing what we used to do back in the day. I will need to take a break every now and again.
Yes.
How does vulnerability, Bishop, play a role in leadership today?
That is there, but again, there has to be somebody who you could go and talk to.
Okay.
All right? Now, personally, with what we went through, there was about 4 people who I actually talk with every Sunday.
Okay.
For almost a year.
Wow.
All right, every Sunday for almost a year. How was this? How did that happen? What's going on there? What's happening there? Because you were going, remember I said you could bleed, but you can't share that on the people. So when a leader in an organization is vulnerable, he still has to know how to be able to have that executive coach who could talk with him and bring him through that process. Because if you become too vulnerable and throw that on your people, then you're really setting up yourself for further disaster.
Because there is power in being vulnerable, saying, I don't know the answer right now.
Absolutely.
Let's tap into a resource that we have, or let me find out this answer and get back to you. Admitting when you don't have it all together is part of the leadership strategy.
They always tell you transparency.
Absolutely.
When you're going through chaos, you have to be transparent. Because people really can't help you unless they fully understand what you're dealing with and what you're up against.
Absolutely.
Because all of us could look good, but catching hell underneath.
Absolutely. What a time.
But if you don't tell somebody, then we'll find ourselves in trouble.
Absolutely.
Yes.
So, Bishop, before we wrap up the conversation completely tonight, I do want us to restore, in some cases, and in many cases even renew, right, the hope that many leaders may be facing or may be doing without right now. When you think, Bishop, of your 30-year journey in ministry, right? What's the one leadership principle that you've applied that's never let you down and you continue to use right now?
Don't let somebody else's momentum cause you to stop. See, what throws a leader off is because our momentum is on the other side. Then you get discouraged. No, you have to push through somebody else. You have to push through while others are progressing. So one of the things that I've learned, Ahmad, is never to get upset, never to complain, because somebody else is going ahead. So you have to know this ship will turn around.
Yes, yes.
And you have to understand that. So one of the things that has kept me steady is everybody got a season. There's a season and a time for everything.
Yes.
They may be in theirs now, but buckle down, stay steady, and you'll make through the process.
Absolutely.
That's how I survive.
Absolutely. Bishop, ministry is a people business.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And people can disappoint.
Yes,
People
absolutely.
will frustrate you, people will run your heart, people will disown you, people will, all the things to you.
Yes.
How does a leader, Bishop, keep leading even though their heart is broken?
Yeah, you have to understand personalities, all right? Not because your heart, somebody broke your heart, mean you can't live again or love again.
Yeah.
Let's go even in a relationship. Some people get up because one person broke their heart, but the next one may love you even better.
Yes.
All right? So you still have to know how to push a little harder despite the fact that your heart is broken. People are very fickle, and a leader have to understand that, that people will shift on you at the flip of a hat.
All right, Jesus.
All right? But a leader has to know how to have a steady head, even though when one disappointed you, you can't treat the next one that way like you really want to that one because they disappointed you. No. Sometimes a disappointment from a person may help pull something else out of somebody else. And so sometimes you got to look, all right, this is out the window. What next out of this person? You just got to keep moving because they will disappoint you. So.
Absolutely. That's a part of it, right?
That's a part of it.
It ain't gonna be beds and roses all the time.
No, you ain't gonna get around that. You ain't get around that. Everybody are different. I got 3 girls and they all different.
Yes, sir.
All right, so you have to understand that. And then one of the things most people miss too is just understanding also a generation that you're dealing with. Based on what generation of people you are dealing with will also help you know how to understand. And you have to know that as a leader.
Absolutely.
Yes, indeed.
What do you think, Bishop, that failures and disappointments and the things that aren't glamorous in leadership, what if those lessons taught you about God, about people, and about yourself?
One of the things is I realized I'm stronger than I thought.
Wow.
Because the earlier Delton would not have taken certain stuff.
Wow.
All right?
Wow.
So I've seen my own growth in that process. God has a way of turning some things. And so Delton has grown, watch this now, because of the kinds of people that I've dealt with. And so you will grow based on some of that. So Delton has gotten a little bit better. Now you got to give me the second part of that question. I remember that also.
What has it taught you about God and about leadership in general?
That God is a God who still loves us all, and not because you in a hurry mean he is.
Wow. Talk that, man. Talk that.
God has a timetable.
Wow.
And sometimes we try to rush the timetable. No, you have to do 2 times 2 before you get to 3 times 2.
Right.
All right? And so sometimes you got to follow the timetable. God is not as in a hurry
as you are.
And that's what you got to realize.
Wow. And then what does it taught you about leadership? What has failure taught you about leadership?
That you could come back around. See, failure don't mean you were dead in the water. That process just failed. They always tell you the fellow who did the light bulb, he said, I didn't really fail. That's how much steps it was to get there. So that's how you got to look at that. You have to know how to be able, as a leader, to bounce back when something you tried has failed. My first time investing $25,000 a month, I lost it.
My Lord.
But boy, I ain't stopped investing since then. Even though I lost 25 grand, it was a hit. But the bottom line is, I can recoup that again in the next season. And that's how a leader has to look at it. Don't let failure or loss in one area stop you from pressing forward in the next.
This is discernment, Bishop. We're talking about discernment, being able to realize what's going wrong, what's going right, what to apply, what not to apply. How do you discern, Bishop, what to restore versus what to release? Because the leader in crisis may feel that they have to hold on to everything that's left. But you talked earlier about the fact that, wait, I don't need this right now. I could keep trash without this. I could reassemble that. I could come back to that later. How do you determine what to release and what to restore?
Based on how bad the situation is and where you need to get first to restore it. See, because you may have access to certain things, but you don't need that for now. You may need that down the road. That has to be an assessment you have to look at, because like I said, we had these things and I realized, but I don't need that right now. You have to know, based on the business you were in or the organization you were in, how important is this thing to the success of where I am now. All right? If I don't need it now, then just put it aside until you get to that point. Because one of the things I got rid of, I'm in negotiation of getting it back now. That's how you got to look. I'm in a better place now than I was at that particular time.
Yes, sir. Let's talk about the people part of it, Bishop.
Yes.
What happens when the 60 gone, the 20 left, and 4 of them 20 walking backwards? You need 20 people. In fact, you need 60. But you got 20, and 4 of them doing their own thing, acting up, acting weird. How does the leader determine if now is the best time to release them, to recuperate them, to rehabilitate them? What should a leader be doing right then and there?
There may come a time when a leader has to understand when to cut his losses. All right? If those 4 are going to pull the ship down, then it's better to cut your losses. You need 20. 4 gone, you're down to 16. I guarantee you, somebody in that crew have multiple skills. And so if those 4 were pulling it down the team, then that may be your season as a leader. And to cut loose, and a leader has to know that. You don't always want to, but if you could be dead weight, I make this statement very often. It's hard to carry dead weight up a hill. All right? So if there's dead weight, then you got to know how to remove it and keep moving. Yeah, a leader has to know how to be strong and know when to cut his losses.
Yes, sir. Bishop, how important is it to have your very intimate circle? Right? You have your family, you have Lady Anna, you have your daughters. How important is it to have the people closest to you believe in what you believe in?
I'll tell you this, I'll go this far. My daughter believed in me so much, she quit her own job. That bonuses were higher where she was. And she said, Daddy, I want to come help you. I said, baby, I can't afford to pay you. She said, don't let's worry about all that. Let's get past this. And so she resigned, came and worked for me. You need that inner circle. All right, there are 2 or 3 persons that I use now, Apostle Ivory, Apostle Gail. They are my inner circle for this season. All right, they're the ones I'm going to lean on to help get me through this process. And you got to know that. And then when you know that, you buckle down with them and say, listen, y'all, all right, I need you to do this, but I can't handle you right now. That's the kind of friends you need when you're going through crisis. Some people who could get you through till you get on the next side. Yes, sir.
Bishop, before we take this, the last question for you tonight, but do you believe leaders are born or made?
I could say a combination of both. We all are born, but leadership still takes skills that has to be honed. All right? So a leader still got to be sharpened. The Bible says iron sharpens iron. So a leader still has to come into his own, and that's through crisis. All right, so I know they always have that debate, and my answer is always, all us are born, so we are born. But then you could learn how to become a leader. Excellence is not excellence because you have it. Excellence is excellence because you stop tolerating mediocrity. When you stop tolerating certain things, then you'll get to the next level.
Jesus have mercy. When you stop tolerating certain things, then you will get to your next level. What are you considering? What are you tolerating right now that you know is mediocrity, that you know is below your standard, but you've allowed it to become the standard? This has been a conversation tonight, ladies and gentlemen. If you've been tuning in from the top, then you know we didn't just scratch the surface tonight, we went deep. We talked about the realities of leadership, when it's not pretty, when it's not easy, and when it feels like the whole thing might just collapse. But what we discovered through Bishop Ellis's wisdom is this: brokenness does not disqualify you, it deepens you. That chaos is not the end, it's often the beginning of clarity. And that when you don't have the answers, sometimes just your presence is enough. So if you're leading in the dark, if you're leading while bleeding, if you're carrying weight that no one else can see, do not quit. Don't let silence shame you. Don't let fatigue fool you. And don't let this rough chapter convince you that it's the end of the book. This is not your breakdown. This might just be your breakthrough. Thank you again to our guest, Bishop Dalton Dale Ellis, for your transparency and truth, your characteristics we don't often see in leadership anymore, Bishop. Before we go, any final words of hope for our audience tonight, Bishop?
Keep pushing.
Keep pushing.
Keep pushing. Keep pushing. Whatever you're dealing with,
yes,
keep pushing.
Yes. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, leaders from all generations, there you have it. What a show this was tonight. Thank you for running it down with us here on the Rundown on Leadership, where we don't just talk about leadership, we tell the truth about it, and we bring you the best so you can become your best. Be sure to stay locked on the ZNS Network for the Bahamas tonight at 11 p.m. It's the final newscast in the country with the latest on news, information with Royston Jones. This is Ahmad Rashad Thompson for the Rundown on Leadership. Until next time, lead well, even when it's falling apart. And remember, you were built for this. Not because it's easy, but because you were called to greater than the chaos. We'll see you next week should the Lord that is calling. Great night, everyone. Take care.
At Fort Charlotte,